On the 20th day of the 0th month, 2024, a purple lightning storm appeared in the sky, bigger than usual, opening up into a crack. Others shouted loudly, a new spatial rift has appeared again over Guangzhou. Monsters emerged from the crack, and humans quickly joined the fight. Team 3 prepared to counterattack. A black wolf boldly spoke up. Pathetic humans still dare to resist. It was Luke Nilang, the Wolf King clan, a golden rank beast bearing its fangs. Destroying you is just a matter of time, it said, then leapt off the ground, lunging to tear into the humans. A girl with blue hair was stunned by its appearance. She broke out in sweat. Golden rank. Is this a C-rank teleportation gate? Luke Nilang, the Wolf King clan, stomped his 3 bloodied claws on the ground, wiped his mouth and threatened, you're too late to realize now. Suddenly, a purple light sliced through him. A male foot appeared, making Luke Nilang cautious. The young guy said, leave this to me. Everyone else take out the rest. The others felt relieved seeing this guy was Van Uyen. That's great. The young man and the beast caused a massive explosion. The blue-haired girl saluted her superior and began reporting. With Van Uyen's help, we successfully defeated the Luke Ni wolf tribe. Well done. The man, seemingly her boss, held his chin with one hand and papers in the other, reviewing, another new rift. Still C rank. This is the 6th one in the past 10 years, right? If this keeps up, Guangzhou won't hold out for long. He stood up and said, from now on, our institute won't manage this. Starting this year, martial arts psychics will be exempt from cultural exams. The cultural exam cutoff for martial arts students is halved. The girl acknowledged, yes. The bell rang along with the proctor announcing the end of class. Some students sitting together chatted about studies. I said, why aren't you paying attention anymore? If you fail the cultural score and can't get into the martial arts academy, that'd be a shame. The other replied, you talk, didn't you sneak in some cheating too? If only I could sit next to a total hottie like Yen Nian. Yeah, true. What's so special about To Bach? The little girl packed her books. Her name was Lam Yen Nian, incredibly beautiful. She smiled and chatted with the person next to her. Graduation's coming up. To Bach, are you going to the Literature Institute or the Martial Arts Academy? The boy hid his face behind a book, no answer. I don't know who this guy To Bach is. He glanced aside while answering Yin Yan's question. I plan to go to the Literature Institute. My grades are average. Besides, in this chaotic world, what's the use of advanced foreign languages and math? The Martial Arts Academy is for rich families who can afford supplements. And I don't have any special talent or power, he thought to himself. Tell me where else can I go? Tbach kept thinking while the lecturer taught, I'm in another world now. I should have some fate or talent. Or some system awakening or something. Everyone started doubting, am I really from somewhere else? Then, Lam Yen Nian leaned over to Tbach. Take the Literature Institute entrance exam with me. She continued, I have a way to help you skip the exam. Tbach was shocked, making Yen Nian signal to stop what he whispered. It wasn't Yen Nian's words that surprised him, but because a system panel suddenly appeared in front of him saying, this is my system, Yen Nian. Reaching out to him, she didn't see the system board, so her hand just passed right through it. Tbach, what's up with you? Sweating so much? Are you okay? He was surprised. Sure enough, no one else could see him. Answering her, he grabbed her hand. This move shocked and annoyed the guys behind them. I'm fine. Those dudes loudly pointed at him and cursed. Get lost. Your damn claws stay away from me. Hands off my goddess. Boo-hoo, sitting at the same table as the goddess and still don't know your limits. One hothead started raising his fist to hit him. Watch how I teach you a lesson. Just as he was about to strike, another girl placed her hand on his shoulder. Cut the noise, quiet down a bit. She walked past the students while announcing some good news to everyone. The official website of Vodai Guangzhou just released an announcement. She stood at the teacher's desk and said, starting from our course, those with special abilities can skip the culture exam and enroll directly at Vodai Guangzhou. Students with reserve martial physique, the culture exam cutoff scores have been cut in half from before. The crowd erupted. Only Dudu, Yen Nian, and Tbach weren't swept up in the hype. Awesome. I'm definitely getting into Vodai now. Culture scores cut in half. Wish I had special abilities too. Haha, cutting it in half is already good enough, and you want special abilities too. Sounds like you're dreaming. The girl continued. Those who have awakened special abilities or have a martial foundation can come to my office to register. Yen Nian and Tbach each had their own interesting thoughts. I have special abilities, so I can skip the entrance exam to Vodai. He probably doesn't want to go there, right? The guy was pacing on the sidewalk. My name's Tbach, and I've lived in this world for 17 years. On September 18, 1906, a huge space crack suddenly appeared in the sky. All kinds of strange beasts kept coming out of the crack. Then, ferocious beasts started running wild. Military forces from various countries fought the beasts. It took 3 months to wipe out all the beasts that came from the crack in the sky. But as long as the crack exists, new waves of beasts will keep appearing after some time. So, humanity decided to send a suicide squad into the crack to investigate. They found a vast wasteland behind it. To stop the beasts from constantly spilling out, allied armies built military bases inside the crack in the sky, blocking the beasts at their source. A new era for humanity officially began. Right after March 1907, a second crack appeared in the sky. On May 7, 1907, the third crack showed up. Then the fourth, the fifth. Over the next 100 years, cracks appeared more frequently and in greater numbers. By now, they've appeared all over the globe, and the beasts behind each crack are different. So scientists called the battlefield behind these sky cracks the battlefield of 10,000 clans. Meanwhile, spiritual energy on Earth began to recover. Humanity gradually awakened martial arts and special abilities. And as battles increased, firearms often failed on the battlefield. The power of those with special abilities grew stronger and stronger. Eventually, they replaced firearms as the dominant force. Tbach frowned. The war between humanity and the 10,000 clans still rages on today. From the reforms at Vodai Jiangchao, it's clear the situation in Jiangchao has gotten pretty dangerous. Alright, I've activated the system, so I gotta keep the family safe. In these chaotic times, the fastest way to boost power is through martial arts halls, backed by the military everywhere. You're standing in a lucky spot since I now have the ability to tame beasts. Just find a pet and you're good to go. The first step is to hit the martial arts hall. You check your phone for the hall info and I'm all in. I hope the over $2,000 I've saved up over the years can help me out. You step into the store. Remember, the system said it would auto-check what suits me. Why is it so quiet? The salesgirl spots you and greets politely. May I help you? Tbach starts, I'm a beast tamer. What kinds of pets do you have? The girl on the other side advises that Black Cat has the rare Shadow Cat bloodline easily reaching silver rank. Price is 36,000 yuan. So pricey. That 4-eared dog isn't bad either, with the 6-eared demon wolf bloodline only 33,000 yuan. You glance over, she's hyped up about this one but Tbach's already ready to bail. Which one's good anyway? Where'd he go? Tbach's moved on. No way, that's highway robbery. Just mixing a bit of demon beast blood and charging that much. So where's my system? Why isn't it showing stuff that fits me? You open your house door, and suddenly the system pops up, surprising you. The system's reacting now. Little Tbach approaches the glass cage. Isn't that the kid? Move a bit, little guy. Is this the turtle you just raised? You peek inside the newbie gift pack. What the heck is this? My first pet is a tiny little turtle like this. What can this even do? You just tap the system panel. Can't hit the battlefield to tame demon beasts right now anyway. Later I'll swap for a better one. You press the tame button, and the turtle reacts instantly. Its info pops up in front of Tbach. Reading it makes you sweat endless development of the black tortoise bloodline destined to slay a god. Then you happily scoop up the turtle. Haha, now that's worth it. This black tortoise bloodline must be super valuable. No swapping, no swapping. No matter what, I'm not trading it. At that moment, Xuanwu, your little sister shows up pointing at you and scolding. What are you planning to do with Xiaoba? That's grandma's treasure. You toss the turtle into the food bag. I'm not doing anything. Both siblings wonder how it eats. Hey kid, how do you eat? Can a turtle even eat this? Grandma just fed it this morning. Tbach smirks, looks like it's eating a bit more. Maybe it's about to evolve. I'm gonna find more food for it. More food. Half an hour later, Dad and Mom Lamb come home shocked. Did someone break in? Xuanwu is being chased by Xiaoba demanding snacks. The house is a mess. She runs yelling, that's my last snack. Dad and Mom Lamb are stunned that turtle Xiaoba runs that fast. Tbach laughs, scratching his head to explain. Yeah, you two hear me. The house is a total mess. Tbach holds his head, thinking whatever Mom and Dad work hard enough. Better not tell them Xiaoba's a bottomless pit. I gotta figure this out first. Xiaoba sits chill after eating, while Xuanwu stomps her feet annoyed. Suddenly, Xiaoba glows with a blue aura, surprising you. Looks like it's full now. The black tortoise bloodline is about to explode, huh? The next day, Xiaoba's explosive form flashes briefly. Right now, the lifeline has vanished, and Xuanwu still hasn't woken up, but is eating even more. Tbach stood in front of a store, leaning on his hand, hearing that the girl who just arrived was still the same one, smiling brightly as she continued the conversation. Hello, you're back again. Have you figured out what you need yet? Not buying anything this time. Tbach leaned in and whispered into the girl's ear, I have beast blood, would you buy it? The girl suddenly shouted, you really have beast blood. The men nearby overheard this. and the boss stepped up to the girl waving his hand. Go do your job. Yes, boss. He turned to Tbach, smiling kindly. Young man, come sit here and chat. I heard you have beast blood. Can you show me the quality first? Sure. Tbach, let him smell the blood tube. As soon as he smelled it, his face changed. He couldn't believe it. Looking at you, it really is beast blood and premium quality too. Without hesitation, he asked straight up, how much do you want for it? Tbach calculated. It took a lot of effort to draw this blood from Little Bat. At least 100 yuan. 1,000. Tbach was surprised. What 100 yuan? Turns out he knew well. He raised both hands laughing. Relax, haha, just kidding. With this quality, of course, it's 10,000. Tbach got even more hyped than before. What's 10,000? The boss thought to himself, still too low. Then he said, if it's 15,000 yuan, that's the max. His eyes lit up. Surprised that Little Bat's blood was worth that much. Hard to hold back a smirk at the corner of his mouth. He left with a final word. If I didn't need cash urgently, I really wouldn't want to sell to you. Tbach walked away, and the shop owner didn't forget to call after him. Be careful on your way. If you get good stuff later, remember to come find me. He walked while tapping his phone. Never thought beast blood would be this valuable. Selling it for 15,000 yuan. Little Bat can be self-sufficient now. The person on the other end spoke. Hello. Are you Tbach? This is Miss Lai. The academic scores have been announced and there's an important notice. Come to school this afternoon to fill out your preferences. Don't be late. Hello, Miss Lai. What's the important news? Hello, hello. This crappy phone. Why'd it lose signal again? Suddenly the system popped up, surprising him. What's this? He turned his head. Already caught so soon. Some guy holding a weapon smirked. He and a few others appeared. Judging by the pet shop owner's attitude, they're sure you've got something good on you. Hand it over, he said calmly. Guys, I came to the pet shop to sell stuff, not buy. Why such bad luck? His gaze sharpened, but only this guy was a low-level martial artist. Well, maybe I still got a chance. He bent down and quietly took out Little Bat. While the man was stepping closer, haha, look at your face, just hand over the money. Little Bat retracted. Let me take the money. When Tbach said for you, he threw Little Bat at the man. The man raised his club to catch it. Little Bat hit it and bounced off. He got angry. There you are, he shouted. Turns out Tbach had attacked him, kicking him straight in the balls. His family jewels seemed about to shatter. The other two were shocked too. Their boss charged forward while clutching his pain. You're asking for death. How dare you touch my boss? Why didn't the baseball bat hit you? Yeah. Little Bat's armor really wasn't ordinary. The other two kept jumping to attack, but he grabbed one. Got you. Tbach ran like crazy. Little Bat clutched his arm tightly. Tbach used Little Bat like a weapon wrapped around his arm, instantly smashing one guy and sending him flying. Then quickly he spun around and landed a hit on the other. A similar move. Before he could even realize it, the big boss was already crawling up from the ground, angrily growling each word. I have to kill you. Tbach took a run up, ready to throw the little bowl again. The little bowl pulled back. He aimed carefully and threw it straight at the guy's face. He flew backward, slammed his head on the ground, and even spat out his fake gold tooth. Tbach let out a breath. Teasing, this is all your own doing. Suddenly you see the little bowl moving toward the big boss. Tbach hurried over as the little bowl started eating a red medicine bottle. What's the kid eating? Found something good. The little bowl's medicine bottle was snatched away in a flash. Tbach held it up inspecting. This is blood energy medicine. Oh man, this stuff costs tens of thousands. He worriedly looked at the glowing little bowl. A martial artist needs to absorb this amount in a whole month. The kid ate it all at once. Can he even digest it? He noticed something. Tieu Bach himself was surrounded by an aura layer. This power-up felt seriously intense. The system popped up info about this blood energy medicine being really powerful, its value having increased a lot. Plus another talent physique, 32, defense 38. Its form also got bigger. He read the info and muttered, I remember this was taught in class. Even a normal high-level beast with special powers only hits about 30. It's this strong before activation, wonder how it'll be after. He bent down, picked up the little bowl. Done eating, time to bounce out of here. The next day at school, the literature scores were announced. Today, they'd collect registration preferences. Another important announcement tomorrow. Special Martial University teachers will come to school to test candidates' special powers, like previous years. This year still has 2 exemption slots. Yen Nian talked to Tbach. Have you thought it through? Are you signing up for the Literature Institute or Martial University? Martial University? I gotta get in there for sure. She was surprised. Didn't you say you'd register with me for the Literature Institute? Martial University means going to the battlefield. Do you know how dangerous that is? Plus, your scores. Tbach cut her off. But the battlefield needs people too. That's fine by me. He smirked. I'm going to the front lines to protect the people who matter. The people who matter, does that include me? Right then, the teacher arrived at Lam Yen Nian's desk. Which school are you applying to? She hesitated. To Bach. Thought she definitely hasn't awakened her special powers, and hasn't trained her body, so she'll probably pick the Literature Institute. She closed her eyes and answered, I haven't decided yet, need to think more. The blonde girl continued the announcement. For each of you, this is an important choice. Take your report cards home, discuss with your parents, and submit your preferences by tomorrow at the latest. School's out. Yes, ma'am. A pair of pants was being taken off her legs, slowly sliding into the bathtub. Lam Yen Nian called To Bach while in the tub. Hello, To Bach. She shyly said, I've decided to go to Marshall University, and I'm gonna surprise you. Are you busy over there? Don't joke, you're applying to Marshall University. Yeah, I've made up my mind. Also, all right, I won't tell you more. I've got some important stuff to do. To Bach's voice echoed through the building. That little bowl is useless. Just eats and does nothing. Its poop stinks to death. The person on the podium was speaking. Students, please warmly welcome Teacher Truong Kai from Marshall University to say a few words. She handed the mic to the man, stepping up. He's your senior, also a martial artist who graduated from our school. This man started speaking a year ago. 126 people passed the Vo Dai exam, and now only 65 have survived. 2 years ago, 98 passed, and now only 32 remain alive. The more he spoke, the uglier the students' faces became. 3 years ago, 86 passed, and now only 11 are still alive. Students, I'm not saying this to scare you, but to make you understand that getting into Vo Dai isn't something to brag about. It means facing dangerous duties and responsibilities to protect your family and country. He pumped up the energy of everyone there. Vo Dai is where the strong are trained. Do you want to become strong? Good, I'm looking forward to seeing you crush it in the upcoming exam. As he was leaving, a blonde girl ran after him and said, To Bach da, does Teacher Trong have something for you? You are To Bach. Yes, I am, To Bach. You've been directly admitted to Vo Dai. Hurry up and get ready for orientation. Surprised, you asked loudly enough to catch the crowd's attention. What I got? Direct admission. That's right, To Bach. There's a bus waiting for you at the school gate. Other students showed mixed reactions. Whoa, To Bach got direct admission. That hookup is strong, so jealous. Moving to Vo Dai. You arrive at Vo Dai. Please get off the bus one by one. The students stepping down were all shocked. Is this Vo Dai? Follow me, guys. They passed a huge rock. That rock is huge. This is our school motto, Vo Dai's motto, strong. The crowd was then led elsewhere. Everyone follow me this way. I'll take you to get your training uniforms. Then to the dorms up front. That's the boys' dorm. You can rest in the dorm first, and change into the training uniforms just handed out. Someone will announce the entrance exam schedule later. Yes, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am. To Bach headed to his room. Inside, lectures were still echoing. In the early stages of martial training, resources are the most important thing. This is the spot. Some guys were huddled, bragging about what they knew. The one talking was a recent redhead. My dad in Nok Sun bought 3 very rare beast blood drops. Then he hired a master herbalist to make 3 bottles of top-quality body-cleansing elixirs. Really rare stuff. Wow, is this the color of beast blood? I've never seen it before. My family bought blood energy powder, but this is the first time I've seen such rare beast blood. Tbach smiled and opened the door, greeting them warmly. Hey guys, I'm Tbach, also from dorm 303. Approaching the head, he looked at you and said, You're Tbach. Now our dorm is full. I'm Han Gia Kang, this is Dao Gia Tuan, and I'm Pham Huang An. Hello everyone. Dao Gia Tuan smiled. Don't be formal from now on, we're all brothers in the same dorm. Tbach, you should come check out the rare beast blood my dad Han Gia Kong bought too. My dad had many people searching nationwide and finally found it in Nok Sun, but sadly only 3 drops. Bach paused, and Gok Sun, 3 drops. This is what I sold, and rare beast blood, like this must be pretty valuable. Han Jia Kang kept bragging, not expensive, each drop of rare beast blood is just over 30,000. 3 drops total less than 100,000. Just a small deal. Tbach was annoyed. That sly old man, I sold it for 30,000, and he resold it for almost 100,000. That annoying middleman. They were all distracted by something, and gathered window. Looked down by the dorm. We've got a stunningly beautiful girl. This year I'm definitely voting for her in the Voting for the beauty queen of Vo Dai, with that body and those long legs, she's definitely my goddess. This is the boys' dorm, who are you looking for? They glued their eyes to the window. So gorgeous Vo Dai really stands out. She's definitely the beauty queen. Spot on, no doubt who this pretty girl is looking for. Lam Yen Nian smiled. Miss, I'm looking for To Bach. The manager called out loudly upstairs to To Bach. Who's To Bach? Come down quick. A beautiful girl is here looking for you. The three guys were all surprised at once. Damn. To Bach, I'll come down first. They couldn't believe the beauty queen came looking for To Bach. No way, what's going on? Brother To Bach's got it going on. Yen Nian waited for him in the yard holding a gift. To Bach, you look pretty sharp in that training uniform, girl. She stepped closer, touched him, making him blush like crazy, looking even more handsome. The other guys upstairs were annoyed. Damn, the beauty queen's even fixing To Bach's collar. Who the hell is To Bach? Hands off my goddess. Looks like their hands touched. Lam Vienyin kept asking, by the way, To Bach, about getting straight into the school. You're not mad, right? Nah, but I plan to take the exam myself. He ruffled her hair. But you did it for me, so it's all good. Anyway, thanks. Thanks, I thought you'd be mad. No way. She handed him another gift. Oh yeah, the entrance exam's coming up the day after tomorrow. Here's some cultivation medicine I prepared for you. You've helped me enough. Better keep it for yourself. Lam Yen Nian left. To Bach, I'm heading out. See you tomorrow. The crowd upstairs shouted down. Who the hell is that kid? Did he just stroke that girl's hair? Find out who that kid is. How dare he steal my goddess? The three roommates changed their attitude when they saw him come back. Brother To you, and that girl just now, Brother To, come sit here. Why call him Brother To Bach? Weird. Goddess. Which goddess? You're too humble. That girl downstairs just now, my high school classmate. Hao Jia Kang spoke up. Brother To, we're dorm brothers. If you're tight with a goddess like that, getting her to introduce some girls for us won't be a problem. He continued, here's the deal, brother. Today's our first time meeting as dorm brothers. Soon we'll arrange a dinner spot, eat and chat together. Sounds good, let's go. Alright, just rest up. We'll handle the arrangements. Hey To Bach, take out Tieu Bat. These brothers are pretty interesting. Yeah. Go outside and get some fresh air. He pulled out a bottle of medicine. As soon as Tieu Bat saw it, his eyes lit up. Check out the medicine Yen Nian gave. Oh, it's Shui Qi San Tieu Bat, you're lucky. He grinned slyly. After Tieu Bat took the Shui Qi San, he knew what to do. Spending the night at a fancy restaurant like this ain't easy. Right, brother To tonight, just eat and relax, I'll handle the rest. The four gathered in a fancy room. Studying at Vodai means making some solid bros, especially someone like Tu Hanjia Chang. I feel really lucky. I'll toast. Same here. Cheers, sit down since we'll be dorm brothers from now on. No need to be so formal. To Bach started telling them, Yen Nian and I go way back to high school, so having her introduce friends for you to meet won't be a problem. We'll sort that out later, Jia Kang said. Right now I've got something I might need your help with. Brother, to just say it, it's nothing big, just that I have some rare beast blood and I want to ask for your help. The two guys kept chatting when they saw that An Tu's rare beast blood level was higher than any they had seen before. This beast blood level is definitely something I've never come across. He held his phone excitedly saying, An, to your beast blood is seriously rare. I'm afraid I might be seeing things. I'm gonna call my dad now so he can give a valuation. Alright, don't rush, call first. Then we'll eat first. Yeah, Tio Kang out of cash already. Dad brought you to Vondai, so you could work hard to become strong, not to waste your time partying all day. Dad, listen, I don't need money, I have something important. My classmate has 7 drops of rare beast blood to sell. The quality is even better than the 3 drops you bought last time. I can't estimate the price, so he was cut off. What? Better quality than last time, and 7 drops. You sure you're not mistaken? Yeah, definitely real. Don't believe me, come see. Send me your address, I'll bring Master Tao right away. Okay. 1 hour later, a true treasure indeed. Master Tao and the appraiser were both hyped. The energy contained was something the old man had never seen in his life. These are the purest drops of ordinary level beast blood. 7 drops of this blood essence. If I act, can at least be made into a marrow-cleansing elixir. Old Han asked again, Master Tao, isn't this valuation a bit too high? Definitely not wrong. Even with top-tier equipment to measure the value of these blood essences, it can only be higher than my evaluation. They were shocked. Oh man, didn't expect An's beast blood to be like this. Master Tao surrounded To Bach, the young guy unaware of how valuable his beast blood was. How much do you think it's worth, Master Tao? My friend entrusted me with these rare beast blood drops, not to sell for cash, just to exchange for equivalent chi medicine. Oh really? Since you and Tio Kang are classmates as a senior, I can't let you get the short end of the stick. I'll take all 7 drops. Then I'll arrange to bring you 4 bottles of chi medicine. How's that sound? All right then. Thanks, Uncle Han. He continued, also, To Bach Tio Hu, do you want to join the Han family? From now on, we can provide your cultivation resources for free. Interrupting him, thanks for the invite, Uncle Han, but I'm not planning to join any clan right now. Tbach Tieu Hu, I advise you to think more about the Han family. Another voice interrupted. Tbach said he didn't want to join the Han family. Yen Nian opened the door, displeased with old Han's attitude. Then no one can force you to join any clan, she continued. Did you guys hear that? The group spoke up confusedly. Yen Nian, why are you here? Isn't this goddess Yen Nian? Why is the goddess here? I just came to handle some business, didn't expect to run into you all. Old Han was annoyed. Where did this kid come from? Master Tao whispered. Boss, this girl is a surprise. What? She's Uncle Han hastily said. It's a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. Tbach Tieu Hu and Ku Wen Tu are classmates, good brothers. Lam Yen Nian said cheerfully. Tbach, have you gone back to school yet? Let's go back together, he replied just in time. I'm done with my stuff too. He waved at Uncle Han. Bye. Jia Kang said, see you at the dorm. Uncle Han spoke up. All right, Tbach Tieu Hu, take care. Jia Kang said regretfully, goddess. Wait up, I'm going back to school too. Uncle Han stopped him. Back? What do you mean back? You're going back to your mom, he said. Tio Kwa, you have a good relationship with Tbach. He said, who knows, maybe the Han family will grow stronger with you. Those were his words. Little Fruit has a good relationship with Tbach. Just a little word from you and our Han family might keep growing stronger in your hands. Remember that. To surprise him, he continued, you absolutely have to keep a safe distance from the girl named Lam Yen Nian. And it has to be a super polite distance. Got it? He asked in surprise. Are the three brothers Tu and Yen Nian really that badass? How could you not see it? 2 days later, at the training ground inside Vodai University, a lot of people had gathered and lined up. A voice rang out among the crowd. You all have to join the special freshman training, and this time, the training ground is the battlefield of 10,000 tribes. The freshmen below buzzed. Seriously, special training at the battlefield of 10,000 tribes, that's way too dangerous. It's Zhang Kai. He said that's right. Failing the special training is no big deal, but don't lose your life. Everyone, don't worry. I've already checked the training area. We'll be responsible for your safety. He placed his hand on his chest and said seriously, every 50 people will form a class. Each class will have a bronze-level teacher as the homeroom teacher. The homeroom teacher will give instructions for this special training. Today here I wish all freshmen a victorious return. Yen Nian happily ran up to him and said, Tbach, we got assigned to the same class. He smiled awkwardly and said, you planned this on purpose, didn't you? Her appearance got everyone hyped. Goddess Yen Nian so hyped, and yet we got placed in the same class as a goddess. Suddenly, a red-haired girl spoke up. 8th grade students gather here. She introduced herself. I'm Liao Yuxing, your special training instructor. She crossed her arms and said, I will tell you the mission for this special training. Next is your first mission. The freshmen nearby had bright eyes when they saw the beauty. She's so pretty and so hot. Suddenly she pointed her finger and said, write a will. This shocked the 8th grade freshman. What write a will? She left while saying, you have 1 day to finish writing your wills. Gather at the teleportation square at 8 a.m. tomorrow to depart for the battlefield of 10,000 tribes. Don't be late. A brown-haired freshman worriedly said. Is it really not life-threatening? I still want to carry on the family line. The girl next to him was also worried. I have to go back and write my will. I really have a lot to tell my parents. Lam Yen Nian asked Tbach, have you made any plans? He replied. I haven't prepared anything yet. Let's head back to the dorm first. She said, all right then, see you tomorrow. Jia excitedly told his friends from behind. We have to go to the battlefield tomorrow, so what should we prepare? Back at the dorm, he asked, Tbach brother too, we're heading to the battlefield tomorrow. How about the guys go out and have some fun today? He smiled and said, I have some business, can't go. You guys go ahead and have fun. He replied, okay brother too, if you need anything just call us anytime. He said, got it. He saw the green turtle eating and curiously tapped it. My, the turtle said, brother, Tieu Bat, who raised you, is pretty sharp. My is also very tough. He said, my pet's name is Tieu Bat, a little glutton. Jia Kang waved and said, let's go then. Tu Huang, and beside him said, see you later brother Tu. He cheerfully replied, all right, have fun guys. After Tieu Bat finished eating, he raised the empty bowl eyes, still wanting more. He started taking out 3 medicine tubes and said to little Tieu Bat, you really are a glutton, only know how to eat. Today you'll eat enough. We're heading to the battlefield of 10,000 tribes, so behave yourself a bit. After pouring the medicine into its bowl, he said, just eat up. Slowly, no one competed with the kid. The system screen popped up the pet in the certificate. The baby turtle leveled up to a rare beast. Normal level, the owner's level also increased and the baby turtle gained a new talent, Heavy Strike, Talent 1. The turtle defense skill retracts its entire body into its shell, forming a defensive stance. This skill boosts defense by 300 points. but while in the turtle shell defense state, the pet cannot move or attack. Talent. 2. Turtle defense consumes a certain amount of stamina to increase defense from 50 to 100 points. Talent. 3. Heavy strike consumes a certain amount of stamina to boost attack power from 100 to 200 points. When he saw these 2 notifications, he happily said, as expected, the blood essence powder is helping. Little 8 leveled up again, and the value of the 3 attributes grew insanely. Not bad. Little 8, wait for the 10,000 race battlefield. We'll throw down a fierce fight together. Ready, yet. Little 8 stood up on 2 legs, his whole body glowing blue, signaling he was ready. Scene shifts to the training ground, where a voice boomed. Report, coach. The trainees are all set, ready to storm the battlefield anytime. G was a teacher wearing a helmet. He continued, please give orders. The brown-haired teacher said, open the first teleportation battle, prepare to teleport. He responded clearly, 1 teleportation battle opening now. Jia Gong suddenly said, such a huge teleportation can only be seen in Martial University. What Lin Yen gently patted his shoulder and said, Tbach, now that we're at the 10,000 race battlefield, you gotta be careful. He smiled and said, don't worry, we'll definitely complete the mission smoothly. She replied, let's go. Liao Wuxing told them to relax their bodies. Preparing to teleport, he answered, got it. Then they all passed through the teleport point. The rookies entered a grand place. Jia Gang excitedly said, so this is inside the military base at the 10,000 race battlefield. Everyone around was equally amazed, seeing the military zone with planes and tanks. They buzzed. That's right. We really got teleported here. This is brutal. A stern voice rang out. Silence for the old man. Liao Wuxing spoke up. The deputy camp commander sneered, they're just fresh rookies, never seen this before. Turns out he's the man with 2 crossed scars on his forehead. He said, I'm deputy camp commander of military base F-26. You can call me deputy camp commander or commanding officer. Here I don't care if you're trainees or guides. Once you're on my turf you follow my orders. He shouted, heard that? The rookies lined up neatly, answering in unison. Yes sir, he said, today's your lucky day. My team just finished a battle at the port on this side. I said to him, isn't he just a deputy camp commander? What's so special about him? He said, look at the scar on his face. He's definitely a seasoned officer. The deputy camp commander raised his hand, pointing, your first mission is to clean up the battlefield. During cleanup, eliminate the remaining Shadowcat remnants. This mission suits rookies just entering the battlefield like you, he said sternly. By killing Shadowcats, you'll earn military merit points to exchange at logistics for blood, essence powder, and various stamina potions to boost your strength. Dao Jiatuan happily said, he really is rich. Danger always tags along. The deputy camp commander smiled, revealing that military merit points could be exchanged for medicine. No wonder so many people risk their lives to enter the 10,000 tribes battlefield. Then, the deputy camp commander left smiling as he said, you kids look like you can't wait to get started. Alright, let's move out immediately. Follow me. The excited rookies replied, got it. Tbach thought to himself that he needed to rack up a lot of merit points to trade for some medicine. Looks like little 8 is in for a treat this time. They entered the base. At that moment, injured soldiers were lying down for treatment. Damn, this hurts so bad. The deputy camp commander said these patients all came from the battlefield. Seeing the wounded, they all grimaced in fear. Dao Gia Tuan asked if they were all hurt by the Shadowcat. No way. Isn't the Shadowcat the lowest rank monster? How could it be so terrifying? The brown-haired rookie girl started screaming. Even the lowest rank Shadowcat is that dangerous. So, can I survive and make it back home? Liu Wuhin spoke up. Quiet down already. Where do you think the 10,000 tribes battlefield is? Once you're admitted to Vodai University, you have to be ready to face danger at all times. Lam Yanyan said to Bach beside him. Tbach, when you get to the battlefield, stay close to me. I don't want anything to happen to you. He replied, got it. You also have to be a bit more careful. They thought to themselves that it seems like on the 10,000 tribes battlefield, we always have to stay alert. A soldier on the second floor shouted down a report. The deputy camp commander was on guard duty at the north gate of the camp. Today, we eliminated 35 ferocious beasts attacking the camp, awaiting orders. The deputy camp commander said, got it, open the gate for these rookies. Seeing what it was, he replied clearly. Then the deputy camp commander shouted, open the gate immediately. The gate opened. Liu Wuhin told the rookies, Deputy Lieutenant Li Dao will lead the team himself. This is a rare chance. So you all have to perform well. They replied, got it. Li Dao beside them smiled and said, got it kids, you've already left your wills at the post office, right? From this moment on you'll always be walking with death. The gate opened, and they saw the strange beasts attacking the soldiers. The rookies panicked. Is this the battlefield? This is brutal. A soldier shooting at the beasts noticed them and turned his attention. Then he asked Deputy Lieutenant Leap Dao, "Why are you personally here?" He replied, "Cut the crap, mobilize a squad to follow me and protect this group of trainees." His order was clear. Lu Vuhin took out a tablet and said, "Everyone listen up. Next, we'll move to Military Zone F-26, a forest where the ferocious beasts have been wiped out. Your mission is to extract the beast cores from the Shadowcat bodies on the battlefield." Leap Dao said, "Rookies, are you ready?" The rookies replied, "Ready." A soldier's voice rang out. The brown-haired soldier with a scar on his cheek said the strike team will escort and protect throughout the journey. He continued, "Don't worry, Lu, clearing the battlefield isn't dangerous. Sending these Vodai University rookies to the battlefield to kill the enemy is like delivering lunch. We don't have the heart either." But why is the deputy lieutenant leading the protection team personally? Leap Dao glanced and said, "This kid talks too much. If you don't want to know, don't ask." Being told off, he obediently said, "Got it." Lu Vuhin said, "Then it's tough luck for the deputy lieutenant this trip." Leap Dao and the deputy lieutenant replied, "No trouble at all. These Vodai University rookies are future soldiers protecting the battlefield. They're also my responsibility." Cut to Imperial Capital, the supreme military command center of the Dragon Nation. A rushed voice reported urgently. The chief of staff shouted about the emergency situation. The black-haired man continued with the latest battlefield update on the 10,000 species war. "A swarm of ferocious beasts has breached our defensive lines. Right now, the Golden Clan Master Yu Min Mio is fighting. Over 20 of them have successively attacked the military base along 12 southwestern border routes like D-128, D-140. Hearing this, the chief of staff ordered immediately investigate the beast's direction and command all military bases to strengthen defenses. It's time for the rookies to enter the 10,000 species battlefield for training. They're the future of the Dragon Nation, no mistakes allowed." He responded clearly. Cut to Military Zone F-269, where Yumin Mio has been wiped out, bodies scattered everywhere. Trees are broken and fallen in places. Lu Vuhin said, "Clean up the battlefield quickly and efficiently." A commanding soldier said, "Lingering even a minute longer makes it more dangerous." Lam Yen Yin held a knife standing next to a Yumin Mio corpse. She said, "To Bach, the fur-skin blood. Teeth and claws of Yumin Mio are all materials for making weapons and medicine." He replied, "Many want to enter the 10,000 species battlefield. It's so dangerous, but precious materials are everywhere." This time, Little 8 is in luck again. Dao Jia Tuan behind happily said, "Got another beast core. I'm gonna get rich this time." He opened the system panel and said, "Collect some more beast cores. Then come back to exchange for some blood energy powder. Little 8 can level up again." Suddenly, a warning notification popped up, showing that the quiet surroundings of the base also detected a series of beast traces. No reinforcements available, for now extremely dangerous. 164 mutant Yumin Mio are rapidly launching an ambush. They're clearly hostile. The threat is 3 kilometers from the base, toward the southwestern forest. The base commander is urged to stay alert. 5-star, high-level threat, extremely dangerous. 4-star, critical threat, extremely dangerous. He said fearfully, "This is a danger warning. I'm alerting everyone. Last time was a beginner fighter, but this time, it's a 5-star critical threat." Lam Yen Nian saw his panic and asked To Bach, "What's wrong with you?" Suddenly, he ran off. Lam Yen Nian was surprised and asked, "Where are you going?" He shouted loudly, telling Lu Vuhin, "There's movement on the lone tree toward the southwest. I sense a wave of beasts attacking us." This surprised her. She then looked toward the southwest and immediately jumped down, saying to Bach, "This is the 10,000 species battlefield, not a place for you to mess around. If you scare the others, do you know what consequences that could cause?" He hurriedly said, "Miss Liu, I'm not joking, there really is a wave of beasts attacking." Before he finished, Leap Dao approached and said, "Are you To Bach? You say you sense beasts attacking, but I guarantee there are no beasts within 2 kilometers attacking." He worriedly said, "Deputy Battalion Commander, I'm serious. At least over 100, Yumin Mio, outside 3 kilometers are heading our way." Leap Dao didn't care, and said, "Oh, you mean your sensing ability is stronger than mine?" Lu Vuhin nearby spoke up, "Deputy Battalion Commander, it's To Bach's first time on the battlefield. He might be too tense and subjective." He said, "Don't argue with him." At this moment, Lam Yen Nian appeared, and said, "Before everything is investigated clearly, no one should jump to conclusions. I believe what To Bach said." This made Leap Dao speechless, and he patted him. With a serious tone, he said, "The beasts are getting closer and closer. Please believe me, I'm a psychic beast tamer with a special danger-sensing ability. This surprised Miss Liu. What? You're a psychic? Why didn't the school register that? He replied, when I joined the school I was recruited directly, so the school has no record of me being a psychic. The blue-haired female student exclaimed, what? To Bach is a psychic? The gray-haired male student was shocked too. No way, To Bach is a pure beast tamer psychic. I haven't seen his beast at all. Suddenly the freshman shouted urgently, it's the shadow cat. What To Bach said was true. Didn't expect the shadow cat really exists. Leap Dao quickly drew his gun and said, everyone get close to me now. Form a defensive line. They quickly huddled together. Leap Dao continued, hurry up. Move fast. Have the reporter contact the base immediately for backup. The reporter responded, reporting the deputy battalion commander just got word from the base. The base also detected signs of a large number of beasts nearby. There's no way to send reinforcements for now. Lu Vuhin worriedly asked Leap Dao, are there really over 100 beasts attacking? Without backup, this student group has no fighting chance. He said, To Bach's sensing is accurate. I've sensed a pack of beasts rapidly approaching us. Then he ordered the deputy to assign 4 soldiers to fully protect these 2 students. He replied clearly, but To Bach objected, I can fight, no need for protection. Suddenly, a junior-level shadow cat appeared covered in blue fur sharp claws looking extremely fierce. Then a bunch of shadow cats attacked the group. Leap Dao fired his gun, shouting, counterattack, protect the students. But the soldiers couldn't hold off the shadow cats, and were seriously wounded. These aren't cats. They're more like a pack of tigers. Leap Dao hurriedly said, form a defensive formation. Lu Vuhin kicked a shadow cat away, saying, if we can survive the first wave of the shadow cat's attack, we can win, she said. Students of Vo Dai, remember your oath. The brown-haired soldier saw the shadow cats rushing in fast. The students shouted, watch out. The freshmen raised shields and weapons to fight back. He answered Lu Vuhin's question, with my chest. Lam Yen Nian and the brown-haired male student added, helping Long Kwok keep the Great Wall standing. Suddenly, a blue light appeared behind them. 2 people, a guy and a girl, used bow and sword to save the students. The blue light hit the shadow cats, knocking them out cold. It was Truong Man Ni, a junior psychic. She said, just hold them off, I'll shoot through them. The guy was Vin Kwong, also a junior psychic. He chopped and said, they're just a bunch of kittens. What's there to fear? Let me smash them. Their arrival made the freshmen excited and happy. Lu Vuhin smiled too. Sharpshooter Truong Man Ni and innate power La Vin Kwong. This batch of students really has insane strength. He thought to himself, their power is crazy, and they're so cool. My weapon is just a little bowl. The freshman shouted happily, isn't this my goddess, Man Ni? Such strong powers. Dao Jia Tuan said this big general guy is strong too. Taka looks even stronger than you. Another male student said those 2 are way too strong. Jia Tuan replied, yeah, they're definitely several levels above us. Suddenly, a howl echoed. Vin Kwong covered his hand and said, what the hell is that? Cover your hands, quick. A Yumin Mio appeared, making the rest of the Yumin Mio pack wary and scared. They were stunned, thinking, is that the Yumin King or a golden tier beast? The system panel popped up, race Min Mio King, mid-level rank physique, 45 agility, 88 spirit, 43. Its whole body radiated killing, intent sharp scales, sprouting 2 fangs bared. Leap Dao said in shock, why the hell is there a silver tier Mio King in this area? He immediately called the base for backup. Once again, Vin Kwong wasn't scared. He raised his sword and charged at it. Mio King, what, take this hit. Zhang Manni also raised her bow, saying, let me help you control its vision. Lu Vuhin shouted urgently, careful, fall back, that's a silver tier beast, no joke. Instantly both Vin Kwong and Zhang Manni were blasted back by its attack, wounded all over. They collapsed to the ground. Vin Kwong struggled, propping his sword on the ground to support himself. Liu Vuhin worriedly said, we're screwed, fall back now. Leap Dao hurriedly said, no time. Machine gun cover, shoot. The Yumin Mio King lunged at the 2. Zhang Manni and Vin Kwong started freaking out, yelling, help, somebody save me. Suddenly a blue light shone on the Mio King, making it stick out its tongue. It was To Bach's little bat. It attacked the Mio King, landing a hit, knocking it to the ground. Everyone was shocked, asking, what the heck is that? Lu Vuhin said, looks like an Oqui. Someone at the nearby port said, isn't that Tu's little bat pet To Bach? Stepped in front of Zhang Manni and Vin Kwong. Still a bit shy about showing up like this. He said coolly, I'm a beast tamer. To Bach's little bat is my pet. You guys clean up those little ones. I'll handle this Mio King. A brown-haired male student said in surprise. What the hell? This turtle's that strong. A short brown-haired male student didn't believe it, saying, what, the Mio King got knocked back by a turtle. Lam Yen silently thought, so, To Bach actually tamed that mount. Then, he raised his hand and pointed forward saying, "Little Bat, show this wild cat your power." Immediately, Little Bat dashed like lightning toward the Mio King. Everyone's eyes went wide in surprise, saying, "To Bach, how the hell does this turtle run so fast? Is that even a turtle?" Seeing Little Bat charge at the Mio King, Leap Dao said in shock. Didn't expect To Bach to have that kind of strength. Lu Vu Hin also said, "I didn't think To Bach was actually that different." Then she said, "Students, To Bach has the Mio King controlled. Let's finish off these Yu Min cats together." Sure enough, with To Bach taking down the Mio King, they felt the pressure lift and worked together to eliminate the remaining Yu Min Mio. Vin Kuang slashed while saying, "I'll tear it to pieces." Zhang Man Ni used her bow, saying, "Let me handle the other side." Suddenly, the Mio King took the upper hand, stomping Little Bat to the ground with one foot, while raising its claws with the other. A blue light surrounded its foot, and its mouth opened wide, ferocious as hell. It slashed at Little Bat's turtle shell, but the shell was so tough that its claws shattered, leaving it wide-eyed in shock. Turns out Little Bat used a lightning defense move. Leap Dao said in disbelief, "A rope-type defense that can block the Mio King's silver claws. What kind of weird defense is this? Now's not the time to be surprised." Then he dashed forward quickly, saying, "Cover me. While Cat King is restrained, I'll finish it off right now." The soldiers responded with a yes. Then, he jumped up, raised his sword, ready to attack, thinking the weak spots were the waist and belly. Then he stabbed it in the back, shouting, "You beast, go eat your lunchbox." That strike made it howl in pain. It whipped its tail at him with a loud crack. He gritted his teeth and said, "Missed by a bit, damn it." Then he charged again. "Hey beast, if you don't die then I will on this side." Tbach gave a thumbs up to Xiao Ba and said, "Xiao Ba is about to unleash his ultimate move." Dao Jia Tuan behind was surprised and said, "Ultimate move." The bespectacled guy next to him said, "Why is the turtle spinning in place non-stop?" "So Xiao Ba is spinning wildly in place." The guy behind ran forward to kick, thinking, "Spinning non-stop, huh?" Zach said, "The weak spots are the waist and belly." Then he kicked Xiao Ba away. Xiao Ba shot like a lightning-fast balloon toward Cat King. Well, this is screwed. Cat King was slammed by Xiao Ba, coughing up blood on the spot, bones cracking. After completing his mission, Xiao Ba landed coolly on the ground. Leap Dao said, "Hit the weak spot again. Let's see if that garlic bulb Cat King still wakes up this time." Now with a mouth full of blood, it was gasping for air, its two hind legs buckled, and it collapsed powerless, ready to meet its maker. A male student and Zhang Man Ni happily said, "Cat King is defeated." Vin Kuang also cheerfully said, "We won." Lam Yenran jumped up joyfully and hugged him tightly. To Bach said, "You're awesome, you defeated the golden level Cat King." He was surprised. "Oh, it's over already." Jia Kang also excitedly said, "Brother, Tu, you're so strong." Dao Jia Tuan beside said, "Brother Tu, where did you buy this turtle? I want to raise one too." Meanwhile, Xiao Ba was rummaging through Cat King's body. It pulled out a dazzling golden rotten stone. He shouted harshly, "Xiao Ba, what are you stealing now? Hurry back and eat it like I told you." Suddenly dark clouds appeared in the sky with rain and a black aura emerged. Leap Dao was shocked. "What's that up there?" "This is trouble dangerous." Just now, the sound from Cat King before dying was calling for its kind. Everyone started to panic. Could there be a more dangerous beast approaching here? Scene shifts to the base's command center. Mr. Van Uyen said, "Based on energy fluctuation analysis from frontline tests at base 269, a large number of unidentified level beasts have appeared. Extremely dangerous." An officer said in surprise. "What? You said, Lam Lao Hu's daughter is in this trainee group." Mr. Van Uyen replied, "Yes, I hope you can provide immediate rapid support." The officer said, "Understood, I'll immediately dispatch a scout team to escort you to the battlefield." He waved and said, "No need, I can't wait, I'll go ahead myself." He said, "Within 20 minutes, I hope your reinforcements will definitely arrive in time for the battlefield." The officer replied, "20 minutes, I'll order it right away." He hurriedly took out his phone and said, "This is bad. If Lam Lao Hu goes berserk, even Jiang Chao won't be able to handle it." On Tbach's side, two blood-red eyes appeared in the sky, saying, "Stupid humans, inferior species." This made Lu Vu look surprised. How can it speak human language? This ferocious beast, Leap Dao beside said, "No way a beast can master human language. At least it has to be golden level or above. It can't appear in this area." On the other side, a voice shouted, "Hurry up, form a defensive formation." Wounded soldiers get to the center. Then the black aura from the Cat King's corpse gathered from the sky, freaking everyone out. "Look, what the hell is that?" It said, "Some weak species dared to massacre my clan." Tbach said, "It looks like it's eating the Cat King's body." Leap Dao beside him was shocked beyond belief. Absolutely stunned. How could such a thing appear in this area? His system panel flashed a serious warning. Golden grade beast detected nearby, please evacuate immediately. Life-threatening danger, level 5. He stared at the beast guarding the area, and it was indeed a golden grade monster. By now, it had finished devouring the Cat King. Its eyes were blood red, with 2 horns on its head and 2 wings on its back. The system panel showed a golden grade mutated shadow, Cat King, with the bloodthirsty frenzy talent. When severely injured, it enters bloodthirsty frenzy mode, boosting agility and attack power by 100%, but reducing defense by 50%. Combat analysis extremely dangerous, proceed with utmost caution. Vin Kuang said, what? Golden grade beast, I bet even our master hasn't faced one before. Trong Man Ni slumped down, holding her head. I don't want to die when I get home, Leap Dao worriedly asked. Still no backup. He charged forward yelling, everyone cover the wounded and retreat. I'll be the beast's shield. I'll risk my life against it. But before he could even touch it, the beast flung him away. You think you're enough? He pulled out Little 8 and said, Little 8, protect the vice captain now. Little 8 appeared blocking in front of the vice captain. The beast eyed Little 8's shell, thinking it was too tough. But then Little 8 got scratched 3 times on the shell, bleeding badly. The vice captain anxiously asked, Little 8, how are you? Tbach was shaken, spitting out a mouthful of blood. Lam Yen's little forest spirit next to him saw this and screamed in panic. Tbach, you're hurt. Meanwhile, Lu Vuhin held a sword in his right hand and supported Leap Dao's back with his left. The deputy camp leader looked over in shock. How could Tbach get hurt? Didn't see the Cat King attack him at all. Leap Dao bent over, clutching his chest, also surprised. Could it be that he's a natural beast tamer with the same lineage as the original? Lu Vuhin immediately denied, no way, I'll check it out. The system flashed a warning in front of Tbach. The tamed beast is critically injured, activating the original shared energy skill between the angel beast tamer and the spirit beast, sharing the damage together. Leap Dao behind him saw the notification, thinking in surprise, no external injuries could Tbach really have mastered the legendary original shared beast taming skill. Yen Ran worriedly asked Tbach what's wrong. Tbach collapsed, leaning on Lam Yen's lap, forcing a painful smile to reassure I'm fine. Lu Vuhin stood nearby, bending down to support Tbach's shoulders to help him sit up. Tbach, severely wounded, still lay on Lam Yen's lap, unable to sit up. Lu Vuhin raised his sword toward the Cat King, shouting, Tbach is sharing the attack from the white-silver underworld cat with his spirit beast. Let's hurry and reinforce him. Han Kuang also raised his sword high, and those behind shouted in unison. Right, we can't let him fight alone. Their shouts echoed loudly. The Cat King's fiery eyes flashed, sneering, just a bunch of pesky ants. Lu Vuhin, Han, Kuang, and the others charged forward with swords toward the Cat King. The shadow charge attack unexpectedly. The Cat King ignored them all and lunged straight at him. Tbach Lu Vuhin realized it, and silently thought, this is not good. On this side, Lam Yen Nian also noticed she was isolated. She quickly shielded Tbach, still half sitting, half lying on the ground, and shouted loudly, Tbach, watch out. Suddenly, the pitch-black figure of the Cat King collided with a blazing golden figure even bigger than itself. Lam Yen Nian stared blankly upward, and saw Tbach, happily leaning against her soft chest. A gleam of satisfaction appeared in her eyes. The crystallization of the Silver Cat King was finally fully absorbed. The system notification popped up. Little Gui upgraded to primary Mystic Turtle. The blue copper activated the Huyen Vu bloodline, allowing short-term maintenance of the Huyen Vu illusion. Acquired the Huyen Vu talent, pure attraction for Mystic Turtle level, upgraded to primary copper, activating the Huyen Vu bloodline for 10 minutes. All attributes upgraded by talent. Physical strength increased by 200, 18 defense by 300, 62 sensitivity by 5.5, and spirit by 60. Talent 1 Mystic Turtle Blue accumulation can gather Huyen Vu power to form a defensive barrier, boosting defense power by 300%. Talent 2 Turtle Spirit Auxiliary Body consumes a certain amount of stamina. To cover the entire body with Huyen Vu, energy increasing attack power by 100% and defense by 200%. Talent 3 Huyen Vu power leads to skill activation, pulling the designated target toward itself. Little Tieu Bat revealed its true form, super huge, with 2 ram horns on the sides, a long-tailed sword protruding from the middle of its forehead, 4 turtle legs, and a shining golden body fully armored. Lu Vuhin held his sword in both hands, surprised as he looked back. This is Tbach's evolved mount, so what Leap Dao was also staring blankly at this golden light. The Mystic Beast level, handler Lam Yen Yin caught To Bach's right hand, worriedly asking about his wound. You okay? To Bach wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. Yeah, I'm fine. Then he shouted loudly, pointing at the next wave of Cat Kings. Little Bat, wipe out these beasts for me. The super-huge Little Bat stepped forward toward the dark cats, knocking them all down wherever it went. Leap Dao and the others shielded their eyes from Little Bat's golden glow, having to cover their faces. To Bach's tamed spirit beast was only primary mystic turtle level, but already had terrifying power. Bloodline level E is pretty high. The others kept marveling. To Bach's blue copper mount can knock back a Cat King with just one hit. The Cat King was slammed several meters away by Little Bat struggling to regain balance. It dug its sharp-clawed foot into the ground, growling angrily. Damn it! The Cat King stood on its hind legs, straightened up and roared fearsomely. I'll kill you all. The people around it quickly yelled, everyone be careful. The Cat King's gone berserk. Retreat now, split up and run. Thousands of small black spirit cats jumped out from the Cat King's body, just like him. Not a single one would escape. The shadow clones attacked the other trainees relentlessly. To Bach controlled Little Bat to face the Cat King. Little Bat blocked it. Little Bat opened its mouth and roared, unleashing a Mystic Order power attack. Unexpectedly, one move knocked down the swarm of spirit cat minions, sending them sprawling on the ground. It saved a few of To Bach's classmates' lives. Little Bat kept releasing energy, then seeing most spirit cats were defeated. It feared harming others, and was about to retract its move. To Bach immediately shouted an order. Little Bat, don't hold back, go all out. Hearing this, Little Bat no longer hesitated. It opened its mouth wide and let out loud roars. And the bright yellow energy beam was so intense that the people around couldn't handle the heat. They quickly covered their faces and squeezed their eyes shut. The energy wave was too strong. The energy wave from Xiaoba seemed to reach its peak, lighting up the whole space until it was blinding. On a high branch far away, a figure was jumping from branch to branch. The silhouette appeared. It turned out to be Van Uyen. He was leaning against the tree looking down below. So this battle is finally over, right? Van Uyen looked down at the long crack on the ground and the ruins left after the attack, sighing such a brutal battlefield. What exactly did they go through? Below down Han's voice was heard commanding, everyone quickly clean up the battlefield. Move fast. Others were helping the wounded and tidying up the area. Van Uyen went down and headed toward Lam Yen. Nian anxiously asked, Miss, are you okay? That's really good. Lam Yen Nian waved her hand. Sir, I'm fine. Lu Vuhin sat beside Lam Yen Nian, examining the corpse of Mio Vuong. Seeing Van Uyen, he asked in surprise. Sir Van Uyen, why are you here? Leap Dao from afar saw this and immediately approached to greet. To Bach followed closely behind him. Van Uyen, Sir, I am the Deputy Commander of the 6 Swords Unit at the 49 military base. In this battle, our squad coordinated with the instructors and students of Vu Dai and faced a massive attack from the Min cats, cutting down over 800 Min cats, including some blue bronze level 1 silver level and 1 golden level beast. Casualties are still being counted. First aid is underway for the severely wounded. Van Uyen stared blankly at the large slash mark on the ground. So, a golden level appeared. Did you really kill this golden level, rare beast? Truly unimaginable. Leap Dao beside him pointed to Bach and proudly said, reporting to Sir Van Uyen. It was To Bach and his spirit beast who killed it. Van Uyen exclaimed in surprise. Oh, he turned to Bach. You're To Bach, and you killed this Mio Vuong. To Bach immediately replied, yes, it was me, the deputy commander, and some assistants working together. Not just my own effort. Van Uyen nodded. Good job. He stepped closer and patted To Bach on the shoulder. After graduating from Vu Dai University, To Bach was interested in going to Jiangzhou Fortress to continue learning. Although the beast taming profession has declined, I will personally guide you. To Bach scratched his head shyly and said, well, thanks for your kindness. But I haven't made up my mind yet. At that moment, Leap Dao behind spoke loudly, reporting to Sir Van Uyen. The battlefield has been cleared, awaiting orders. Van Uyen replied, you're all dismissed back to base. Yes, sir. Leap Dao then loudly gave orders to everyone. When the whole team gathered in front of the reincarnation gate, they checked the number of all candidates entering the gate in an orderly manner. You all go back and train hard. You guys are the strongest generation I've ever met. The others murmured back to him, thank you, Deputy Commander Leap Dao. Leap Dao clasped his hands behind his back and spoke to Lu Vuhin admiringly. This group of kids is very special, especially that kid named To Bach, who has limitless potential. Lu Vuhin crossed his arms and agreed, that's right, a new student who can achieve such power. The future strength is truly unimaginable. Leap Dao spoke politely. Teacher Liu, hope we meet again someday. This time I owe Tbach a life. Lu Vuhin also politely replied, you flatter me, Deputy Commander Leap Dao. Back on campus, Tbach stretched his arm, rubbing his bicep as he walked beside Lam Yen Nian, smiling. Squinting, he said, finally we're back. Lam Yen Nian replied, yeah. Daojia Tuan, a student nearby, stretched his arms up to the sky, feeling refreshed, shouting loudly. This trip was seriously dangerous. Other students lined up in rows holding signs, shouting in unison. All the professors and students of Wujiangchao University joyfully welcome the glorious hero back. Welcome back, hero. A female student holding a big bouquet stepped forward to give it to Vice Dean Leap Dao, welcoming the hero home, making him awkwardly scratch his head. Hey, the real hero is To Bach. What are we even? Just nobodies. We're just minor side characters. Then some wounded soldiers with bandaged arms beside him chimed in. Yeah, just minor side characters, but damn, I'm just glad I made it back alive. Another injured soldier, leaning on crutches, emotionally said, if it weren't for losing so many friends, I'd almost think everything we went through today was just a dream. Truong Kai patted Tbach's shoulder, warmly praising, I've heard about your situation on the battlefield. You guys are the real heroes of Wujiangchao University. Our results this exam will be the highest in history. Tbach clasped his hands behind his back, smiling casually. As for achievements right now, I just want to hit the dorm, take a shower, and crash hard. The wounded student with a bandaged left shoulder and right hand next to him agreed. Ha ha ha, same here. In Tbach's dorm room, the guys were chatting. Anyone else feel like this bed is extra soft tonight? I'm totally sealed by this bed. Pham Huang An was scrolling on his phone while lying on the bed saying, do you think we can count this as a major achievement? This victory's gotta count for us too. Han Jia Quang, lying under the blanket, replied, how many resources did your achievement get you? Speaking of achievements, our guy, To just killed a yellow gold rank enemy. I bet he can trade that for a ton of cultivation resources. Then Han Jia Quang suddenly jumped up, looking excitedly at Tbach's bed. Right, to what kind of turtle is your little buddy? I want to get one too when I get home, not for anything else, just because seeing that little guy makes me feel safe. Tbach, covered head to toe, with a blanket half asleep, casually answered, under the floor, the little guy's dreaming a sweet dream next to the beauty turtle. Loud knocking echoed repeatedly. Han Jia Quang, wearing yellow pajamas, rubbed his sleepy eyes with one hand and said, coming, stop knocking. Who is it? Why so early? The door opened, and Han Jia Quang was surprised to see 4 gorgeous beauties standing at the dorm entrance, holding neatly packed lunchboxes shaped like fruits. Smiling brightly and speaking sweetly, the girl with glasses and blue hair spoke first. Hello, juniors. We're the Jiangvo Student Association. You're all heroes just back from the battlefield. We brought breakfast for you. The girl with reddish-brown hair tied in a bow at the back, eyes squinting, smiled brightly. All cooked by your senior sisters, so don't complain. The girl with short purple hair holding out a lunchbox shyly asked, right Tbach, boss. Han Jia Quang happily took the 4 lunchboxes, while the girls naturally stepped inside the dorm room. Ha ha ha, the guests are treated like royalty. We definitely won't let you down, the purple-haired girl said, without a care. He kept looking around and pestering Tbach. Who's Tbach? The girl with the brown-red ribbon in her hair smiled brightly, eyes squinting with excitement. Where's Tbach? Can I take a pic with you, Pham Huang? And casually pointed to Tbach's empty bed and said, Brother Tu went out for a run. You guys know Brother Tu. The girls looked up with disappointed eyes. The girl with green hair and glasses, one hand shielding from the cold, the other gripping Tbach's bed frame, said in a pouty tone, Tbach's not here. Why didn't you say so earlier? The girl with shoulder-length purple hair also spoke regretfully. Yeah, who in school doesn't know Tbach? Too bad he doesn't know me. Dao Jia Tuan admired Brother Tu's famous now. The purple-haired girl happily explained, of course, turn on the TV and see. The girls, not finding Tbach, quickly snatched the lunchbox from Han Jia Quang's hands, leaving him totally bummed. Then if Tbach's not here, I'll take this breakfast with me. So, Tbach's running outside right now. Suddenly a voice came from the TV. Here's an important news update from Longquok, military channel. Everyone on the street pointed at the TV screen. Look everyone. The TV anchor announced, yesterday, several provinces suffered large-scale attacks by ferocious beasts on human military rear bases. Tbach and the others stopped to listen. The TV showed images of savage beasts and dead bodies strewn across the ground. Among all the attacking beasts, there were elite fighters of gold rank. Cadets from major military schools in the provinces were slaughtered by the beasts, with only a few survivors. The anchor pointed to the beast images and continued. In this battle, Under the fierce counterattack of instructors and cadets from Jiangzhou Military School, they killed a gold rank beast, a silver rank, a bronze rank, and many regular beasts. The TV suddenly showed Tbach smiling. The anchor's voice kept going. Among them, first-year cadet Tbach single-handedly held back the gold rank beast, surrounded by instructors and a military-level expert. He achieved the feat of eliminating beasts beyond rank along the entire front line. All failed except Jiangzhou Military School, the only victor. Longquok Military has decided to specially award the Combat Warrior title to the cadets and instructors who fought from Jiangzhou Military School, along with the white-silver medal of the Great Wall. The TV blared loudly in the street. Cadet Tbach, for his outstanding achievement, was awarded the first-class individual medal and the gold-level white-silver medal of the Great Wall. Tbach's face suddenly turned comical. He didn't expect this, and silently thought, so sudden. The exercisers around To Bach started buzzing. To Bach's a first year. No way, that's some serious flex. The white-silver medal of the Great Wall, I won't get that even in my next life. And a freshman got it. Some cheered, others envied. Vo Dai-u, a warrior from the Vu tribe, and Tat Thong said, I really want to get to know Tbach. A girl nearby, clearly admiring him with heart-shaped eyes, shouted, who knows, Tbach, I want to meet him. Hearing this, Tbach looked shy and thought better run away. Then Tbach ran off to a corner. The ringtone buzzed in his pocket, and he suddenly grinned. Vang To Bach answered the call unexpectedly, hearing his little sister Tu Muoi's excited shout. Bro, you're on TV. Tbach immediately pulled the phone away from his ear, sounding annoyed as he replied, I saw it already. Tieu Moi kept up her excited volume. Mom and Dad said you should come home for a bit. They probably need you for something. Tbach quickly objected. That's not necessary, right? At Tbach's house, Dad Lam was sitting nearby. Tieu Muoi cheerfully said, Son, you've achieved such a big project. Now all the neighbors want to meet you. Mom Lam also chimed in. Your little sister just called you. She wants to set you up with a girlfriend. Tieu Muoi excitedly said into the phone, Bro, you really should come home. If you don't, the front door might get busted. Tbach leaned against the wall, reluctantly saying, All right. The exam just ended. I have 2 days off, so I'll arrange to visit home for a bit. Tieu Muoi happily added, You gotta tease Dad Lam a little. Now that you're famous, Dad will definitely laugh in his sleep. Tbach had to cut her off to end the conversation. Okay, alright, I'll hang up now. At the high-rise apartment where the Tu family lived, voices buzzed. Old Tu, can't believe the hero of your family is back already. Go out and greet him. Tbach was overwhelmed, looking at the crowd in front of him. Sweat dripping down his forehead. Are they waiting for me? Kids and adults alike. A crowd in the building got noisy as soon as they saw Tbach. Tbach's back, the hero's home. Do you remember me? You used to hug me when we were kids. Tbach, politely and shyly said, everyone's really enthusiastic. Dad Lam happily approached from afar, and Mom Lam smiled brightly welcoming him. Tieu Moi ran up to him with arms wide open, excited. Bro, you finally came home. Aunt Trong nearby still wouldn't let Tbach go, persistently coaxing him to come over. What, oh Tbach, come eat at my place. I made seafood buns. Tbach politely declined. Thanks Aunt Trong, but I'm allergic to seafood. Another neighbor tried to pull Dad Lam along. Come on, old. To bring Tbach to your place. There's soft-shell turtle stew ready. Let's have a drink together. Dad Lam smiled kindly, trying to refuse everyone. Thanks everyone. I already prepared a meal at home waiting for him. After he rests, I'll bring him to visit all of you. Tbach immediately added. Yes, I'll definitely come visit everyone soon, Aunt Trong said, making everyone laugh happily. Oh, old Tu. Remember to bring Tbach by later. My granddaughter is also studying at the city university, so they can get to know each other a bit. The old man with missing teeth nearby quickly interrupted. What your granddaughter isn't worthy of. Tbach, my granddaughter just graduated this year, old Tu said. Introduce her to Tbach, a little Dad Lam, nervously wiped sweat from his neck, reluctantly replying, okay. Entering Tbach's house, he sighed. If I'd known it'd be like this, I would have snuck back at night. Tieu Moi was bent over panting, wagging her finger. No use. Aunt Trong already set up a camera at the door. She's waiting for you to come back and introduce her granddaughter to you. At that moment, Dad Lam was heading to the kitchen, mumbling, Today I'm cooking myself. Mom Lam stood beside Tbach, gently advising son, take a rest for a bit. Mom and Dad will cook first. Daughter, come help out a little. Tbach replied to her, Oh. Tbach tossed his backpack on the chair, then plopped down, stretching his arms behind his head, relaxing. Sighing, finally I can rest a bit. Suddenly, the system appeared right in front of him again, making Tbach exclaim in surprise, this is a system notification detecting a tameable creature. A kitten. Do you want to tame this little cat? Tame or skip? To Bach suddenly became thoughtful. Boom, beast tamer. Tieu Bat suddenly appeared. Seeing To Bach standing there with extra people, she asked on, what's up? To Bach looked up at Tieu Bat, our little sister, raising a cat. Tieu Bat happily pointed to a pure white furry cat, eating from a bowl on the floor. She said, Little Bach, isn't it eating over there? To Bach was stunned, looking at that weak little cat. Why not raise some higher class pets? Tieu Bat sat down, petted the little cat's head, making it wag its tail happily. The food in the cat bowl was gone, in a flash. Little Bach was no less cute, and Little Bat was already taken away by him. Just when she met it on the road, she brought it home to raise. To Bach behind her spoke in a pampering tone. All right, if you say it's cute, then it definitely is. In his head, he was screaming nonstop. Does the little sis like this? Or maybe the system will pop up again now, taming a common-level kitten with sacred white tiger bloodline. Unlimited growth potential eventually can become a god. Physique 1, Defense 1, Agility 3, Spirit 1. Claw, talent boosts attack speed by 100% and attack power by 100%. Evolution method eating system. Do you want to tame this kitten? Tame or skip? Tbach couldn't help but yell in surprise. No way, this stray cat really has white tiger blood. Tbach looked down and saw Little Bach, the cat, staring at him with sparkling eyes. Tieu Bat worriedly said, looks like it likes you. Deep down, Tbach couldn't resist and decided just tame it first, then figure it out. Tbach tapped Tieu Bat's shoulder and sweet-talked, sis, I want to talk to you about something. You know I'm a beast trainer, so can Little Bach here be tamed? Tieu Bat looked at her brother, seeming to understand his intention, frowned angrily, and said no. She immediately hugged the cat tightly, as if afraid he would snatch it away again. She instantly whimpered, Little Bat was taken by you already. Don't even think about taking Little Bach from me. Tbach hurriedly waved his hand. I think everything can be discussed. Tbach proposed the idea in a coaxing tone. Don't you want a laptop? Tieu Bat still clutched the kitten, crying, no way. I won't give Little Bach to you. At that moment, Mom Lamb came out from the kitchen, saw the scene of To Bach chasing behind, and mentioned something tempting. Don't you also want a dress? Meanwhile, Tieu Bat held the kitten tight, running ahead, crying and refusing. No way, no deal, no discussion. Mom Lamb was at a loss, completely frozen. 2 days later, Tbach returned to school with Little Bat and Little Bach stuffed in his backpack. He sighed in relief, seeing the school gate finally back. Behind Tbach were two girls staring at him and whispering. The girl with a purple ribbon asked in surprise, Is that Tbach? The longer black-haired girl replied curiously, Probably. Why does he have a cat in his bag? Is he a cat lover, or what? Behind Tbach's backpack, Little Bat happily said to the kitten, This is the boss's school. I'll protect you from now on. Little Bach grumpily looked at the little turtle. You're crowding my spot. The people To Bach met on the way to. People just won't stop talking about him. That's To Bach, the guy who snagged the golden badge. Does he really look that ordinary? And why are so many girls rushing to the dorm looking for him? To Bach sighed, thinking, maybe I gotta start wearing a mask outside from now on. Just then, the school's PA system blared twice with an announcement. It was calling for To Bach. If you hear this announcement, please head to the principal's office immediately. Calling To Bach. If you hear this announcement, please come to the principal's office right away. To Bach frowned a bit, surprised, wondering, why does the principal want to see me? Chapter 9. At the principal's office. To Bach was unexpectedly praised by the principal. To Bach, this kid is truly a man of Huaxia. Considering his extraordinary performance at military base F-26, the school plans to reward him. What do you want? Though caught off guard by the principal's move, To Bach still thanked the school and the principal, but inside he was quietly calculating. He'd heard the principal was notoriously stingy, so getting some supplies for little 8 from him wouldn't be easy. After a moment's thought, To Bach spoke up, trying to negotiate with the school. Principal, I don't want the school to spend too much on me. How about 100 golden grade core crystals? Hearing To Bach's request, the principal looked like he couldn't believe his ears. He angrily shouted right at To Bach, What 100 golden grade core crystals? You broke my bones and I still don't have that. Or maybe I should just make you the principal, you little punk. Scared by the principal's anger, To Bach lowered his demand. Then how about 100 silver-grade crystals? Hearing the reduced request, the principal calmed down a bit but still replied coldly, Don't even dream about silver-grade crystals for your achievements. Not even a fraction of that is up for grabs. To Bach realized it was tough to sway the principal, so he begged and dropped the reward further. Principal, I don't need that golden badge. Can I trade it for 50 silver-grade core crystals? Principal, I even shed blood for the school. Hearing this, The principal sternly lectured To Bach with some philosophy. The reason humans are human is because the strong protect the weak. That's their duty and mission. You saved those trainees because you understand your role as a strong one. You get it. To Bach clearly saw this stingy principal was trying to convince him to lower his reward even more. He quickly waved it off principal stop with the cheesy lines 50 silver grade core crystals. The principal tried to reassure To Bach. Of course, the military and school won't let talent like you be forgotten. After a moment, the principal gently proposed, "How about this? I'll give you 10 bronze grade core crystals." To Bach blurted out in disbelief at the principal's offer, trying to confirm, what? Just 10 bronze-grade core crystals. To Bach was speechless at the principal's stinginess. No way to raise the price. Even 20 crystals was out of the question. The principal made his final offer, 15 crystals, take it or leave it. Seeing no room to negotiate, To Bach had to accept, sealing the deal. The principal was pleased with the outcome. This kid even dares to haggle with me. As for To Bach, with no other choice, that old man was definitely right. He's stingy. After agreeing on the reward, the principal still wanted to notify Tbach right on time. Besides the reward, there was a small announcement. To Bach asked in surprise, "What's up?" The principal announced that the school chose him as the freshman representative to join this year's Interschool tournament. The school and principal's decision was firm. Tbach was upset. "What so? The Interschool tournament was just an excuse to keep me here, principal. That's so unfair." The principal turned to Tbach with a stern look and replied, "What kind of talk is that? As part of Jiangzhou Martial Arts Academy, it's your duty to bring honor to the school. Besides, don't you want resources? It's simple. The inter-school tournament rewards are insanely rich." Tbach replied uncertainly, "The inter-school tournament gathers top fighters. Snagging a high rank won't be easy." Tbach tried to emphasize, the principal was no pushover. He turned away subtly, kicking Tbach out. "How can young people be so scared? Now go prepare. Meet at the training room tomorrow morning. Don't be late." Tbach had nothing more to say. Yeah, got it." After sending Tbach off, the old principal grumbled silently. Young people these days are getting harder to fool. Meanwhile, Tbach wasn't backing down either, silently judging. People say the principal is a sly fox, and that's no lie. The next morning, everyone was on time in the training room. The principal was trying to share and motivate the elite students chosen. This 100-school tournament is organized by the military. Although the resources the Ministry of Education allocates to our school aren't as good as the prestigious martial arts universities in Imperial City and Mo, I hope everyone can still achieve great results. Now, let's start roll call. The principal began calling the names of the selected elite students. Ba Ho Than Thu, a bespectacled bookish guy, answered, "Present." Ho Than Thu, third-year intermediate spirit user, would attribute power. The principal continued with Bach Nuang Bang, then Hung Thien Tuang and Phuong Ku Ka. While the principal was calling names, Lavin Quang couldn't help but complain. "This is so unfair. Our Jiangzhou Martial Arts Academy was founded late, so the cultivation resources for students are way less than those prestigious schools." Trong Man Ni agreed. "Yeah, I heard our school's ranking was really low a few years ago." Freshman Tbach, along with Trong Man Ni and Lavin Quang, were listed. The principal closed the list, saying, "Good, roll call is done." After roll call, the principal continued with an announcement. "This year our school has 10 representatives in the tournament, all the best students from each grade. Now I have one more thing to announce. This year, the team captain for our school's tournament team will be Tbach." Everyone turned to him unwillingly. He was also surprised, stunned, pale, and asked, Principal, me as captain, is there some mistake?" The principal cleared his throat and explained, "Ahem. The decision to make Tbach captain was made by the school council after thorough discussion. Bach Nuang Bang disagreed with this decision, saying, Sir Senior Than Thu is the strongest among us in both skill and experience." Hung Thien Quang also spoke up in protest. "Exactly, Tbach is just a beginner spirit user, compared to Than," said Sir Senior. "Than Thu is the strongest among us, both in skill and experience." Hung Thien Quang also spoke up angrily. "That's right, Tbach is just a low-level psychic, nowhere near brother Than. Thuthi Tbach is way out of his league. How on earth could he be made team captain?" The principal snapped angrily, pointing at the crowd and shouting, "You've all seen the news these past few days. Tbach has the skills to take down a gold-tier beast. Whoever among you wants to be captain and has the guts bring back a gold-tier beast, I'll make you captain on the spot." Bach Nungban shrugged, acting indifferent and sneering. Only a fool would believe he killed a gold-tier beast. Maybe it was just dumb luck. Hung Thien Tuang agreed. "Yeah, I don't buy it either. Right now I want a challenge, Tbach." Bach Nung Ban turned to attack. Tbach, I want to challenge Tbach too. Seeing everyone fired up, Tbach quickly waved his hands, trying to explain, hey seniors, I'm honestly not interested in being team captain. Secretly resenting the old principal, he thought, that old dude's way too cunning. Isn't he just trying to make me the target for everyone? After stirring up trouble for Tbach, the principal cleared his throat and dismissed everyone. Nothing else, everyone head back and get ready. Less than 20 days left until the tournament. I'm counting on all of you to show your best in the competition. Hearing this, Tbach helplessly thought, that old guy sure knows how to make a quick exit. He quickly backed away from the scene. Someone saw him leaving alone and shouted, hey, why are you leaving? Tbach stammered as he ran. Ah, seniors, I've got stuff to handle. I need to head back to the dorm first. Bach Nung Ban, seeing Tbach's attitude, sneered, coward, I don't believe he can kill a gold-tier beast. Hung Tien Tuong clenched his fists angrily and said, don't be so quick to judge, just wait. When the tournament starts, I'll show you what he's made of. Tbach happily returned to the dorm and called out to Tieu Bat, you're in for a treat. As he spoke, Tbach reached into his cloth bag. Looks like that old guy keeps his word. 15 bronze-tier beast cores. That should be enough for you to level up. Tieu Bat and Tieu Bach each grabbed a bowl, fighting over the bronze-tier beast cores. Seeing this, Tbach told Tieu Bat, go ahead and eat. Man, you really have a bottomless stomach. Then he turned to Tieu Bach, don't rush Tieu Bach, you'll get your share too. Saying that, Tieu Bach took out a small red potion and put it in the bowl, saying, Tieu Bach, your level's too low. Use this blood recovery potion first. Tieu Bat, still not full, looked at Tieu Bach eating with envy. Seeing this, Tieu Bach said, Tieu Bat, you really eat way too much. As he spoke, Tbach felt like crying over the money. One bite of yours costs tens of thousands, even up to 1 million. You still want to eat more. How much do you have to eat to evolve? The more he said it, the angrier. Tbach got shouting. Only a few cores left. If you don't evolve soon, from now on, all resources will go to Tieu Bach. Saying that, he dumped all the remaining bronze-tier beast cores into the bowl for Tieu Bat. The little turtle's eyes lit up at the sight of more food. Tieu Bat was happily munching on the bronze-tier beast cores when suddenly its whole body glowed with a magical golden light. Tbach watched in surprise and joy as Tieu Bat transformed. Suddenly, it felt like the heavens and earth shifted, and the sky darkened for a moment. Everyone was confused, not knowing what was happening, anxiously, looking for answers. Ah, what's going on? Is it an earthquake? At that moment in Tieu Bach's room, the system announced, congratulations, Master Huyen Kuai. You have leveled up to mid-level blue bronze. Your pet's level has increased. Pet Huyen Kuai is now blue bronze level. The Huyen Kuai blood purification is activated, boosting all attributes for 30 minutes. Talents: enhanced physical attribute, 8,568, defense 862, agility 95, spirit 90. Talent 1, Huyen Kui accumulation, can gather Huyen Kui power to form a protective ring, increasing defense by 500. Talent, Tu Ha Kui, spirit consumes some stamina to cover the body with Huyen Kui energy, boosting attack power by 200 and defense by 300 for 30 minutes. Talent 3, Huyen Vu, directs energy to activate a skill on a designated target. The target is pulled toward the Huyen Kui. If not approached, the target's speed is significantly reduced. Tbach grinned proudly, haha, finally leveled up. Although Xiaoba's talent count didn't increase, the attribute stats and talent levels have improved quite a bit. Then the system's voice sounded again. Tbach shouted excitedly, haha, that's awesome, Xiao Bach leveled up too. Congratulations, host, the kitten has leveled up to advanced common, meaning the talent awakened is the underworld ghost beast pet. The advanced common kitten carries part of the sacred beast white tiger's bloodline, can grow infinitely, and will eventually become a god. Physical attribute, 39, defense 38, agility, 79, spirit 25. Talent 1, Sharp Claw consumes some stamina to activate, increasing attack speed by 100 and attack power by 100 for 30 minutes. Talent 2, Bloodsucking consumes some stamina to activate, increasing attack power from 100 up to 500 for 30 minutes. The boost increases as the user's wounds get more severe. Talent 3, Underworld Ghost Beast consumes some stamina to activate, increasing movement speed from 100 to 200 for 30 minutes. Speed increases according to blood loss. Tbach couldn't hide his excitement. Awesome. Xiao Bach's agility is very high, almost growing explosively. Both Xiao Ba and Xiao Bach have completed their level ups. Next, the system continued to notify Tbach host, Tbach, beast tamer profession at intermediate bronze level, with growth from kitten. 20 minutes old, physical attribute, 18 base physical attribute, 115, Huyen Kui inheritance, 32, kitten points, 65, agility points, 12, base agility, 74, Huyen Kui inheritance, 32, kitten points, 18 spirit points, 24, base spirit, 86, Huyen Kui inheritance 60 kitten points, 18-8, Huyen Kui pet points. Detailed kitten pet attributes can be checked. Detailed attributes can be checked. Talent 1, infinite evolution, contracted with the system. Talent 2, can use all innate skills of the pet. Common talent for all beast, tamers, and supernaturals. Talent 3, original bronze contract, allows the host to share energy and damage with the pet. Tbach felt full of confidence, ready to enter the upcoming competition, just waiting to shine on the stage of the 100 Schools League tournament. The representative list for the Jiangzhou Martial Arts University League tournament has been announced. Third-year students at intermediate bronze level. Wood element ability Huthan Thursday. Third-year students at intermediate bronze level, martial artist Hung Thien Tuong. Third-year students at intermediate bronze level, martial artist Fuang Ku Ka. Second-year students at intermediate bronze level, martial artist Tan Toi. Second-year students at intermediate bronze level, martial artist Bach Nying Bang. Second-year male students at intermediate bronze level, martial artist Vuong Than Than. First-year male students at elementary bronze level, martial artist Luke Lahao. First-year male students at elementary bronze level, thunder element ability Loi Van Tu. First-year male students at elementary bronze level, martial artist Trong Man Ni. First-year male students at elementary bronze level, supernatural beast tamer To Bach, spent 10 mornings at Jiangzhou Martial Arts University Library. And To Bach was surprised, exclaiming, "Didn't expect Jiangzhou Martial Arts University's library to be this huge." Seeing To Bach seemed to be here for the first time, the librarian cheerfully replied, "That's totally expected. Our school library has been around even before the school was founded. It's the solid foundation of Jiangzhou Martial Arts University." Looking at To Bach's info, the librarian was surprised and said didn't expect the top male student to have already earned 180 merit points. She kindly introduced herself and gave To Bach detailed guidance on how to find the books he needed. "The beast training books you want are right over there. Feel free to look up any materials you need." To Bach politely responded, "Yes, thank you, ma'am." Following the librarian's directions, there really were tons of books. To Bach needed quite a few on beast training, enough to keep him busy reading right. He walked over to a bookshelf and suddenly spotted a book that grabbed his full attention. Lac Femme. I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. Opening the book, he read aloud, line by line, "Immortal soul, returning to heaven and earth. Divine weapons gathering sacred beast armory, herbal roots of the original bronze stream." As he read, To Bach muttered, "I've already mastered the original bronze stream skill. But what do immortal soul and sacred beast armory mean?" Lost in thought. He didn't realize his actions were being watched by senior competitors in the tournament with him. Ho Thanthu spotted To Bach and said in surprise, "That's him, the top new male student." Bach Mungban sneered. "No matter how many materials a beast tamer's dad saves up, there's no future for him." Hung Tien Tuong said, "Let's go over to him. He's still lost in the knowledge." To Bach was intrigued, didn't expect Senior Lac Fam to be that talented. Not only creating the 3 great divine skills, original bronze stream, sacred beast armory, and immortal soul, but also single-handedly fighting off the invasion of 10,000 tribes. Too bad in the end, due to weak forces, he fell on the battlefield. After reading a few pages, To Bach decided to borrow the book. "I probably need to study this one carefully." To Bach was shocked, couldn't believe his eyes, wondering what's going on. The book just floated up before him. The book seemed to radiate some mysterious hidden power. "Why does it feel like a surge of energy is merging into my body?" Still determined to borrow it, he went to the counter to find the librarian. Seeing him, she asked, "Hello, what can I help you with?" To Bach showed her the book and asked, "Can I borrow this book, please?" Taking the book, the librarian checked it for a long time and said, confusedly, "Strange, this book has no classification label at all. It definitely isn't a library book. Seems like it doesn't belong to any classification system." Hearing this, To Bach was puzzled and said, "That can't be. I took it from the shelf." The librarian tried to open the book to check. Why can't this book be opened?" No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't flip it open. Seeing her struggle, To Bach wanted to help. "No way. I was reading it just fine earlier. Want me to show you?" Saying that he tried opening the book again, he said, confused, "Look, why can't you open it?" Seeing To Bach easily flipping through the book, The librarian was surprised and didn't know how to explain this, quickly saying, "Yeah, that's weird. Maybe something's off. Just take it and read. Return it when you're done." Tbach hurriedly put the book in his backpack and asked, "Can I borrow it for as long as I want?" The librarian confirmed, "Yes, that's right." Tbach happily said goodbye. "That's great. Thank you, ma'am. See you later." As Tbach walked away, the librarian immediately made a phone call. A call for a mysterious person. "Hello, principal. The book you left on the shelf has been taken by him." On the other end of the line, the principal slammed his hand on the table, surprised immediately, asking, "Can he really open that book?" The librarian replied confidently, "Yes, I saw it with my own eyes. It was the top male student Tbach." Unable to hide his satisfaction, the principal praised, "Good, very good." After hanging up, the principal exclaimed with satisfaction, "La femme, the one you waited 100 years for, has finally appeared. If you knew this from the afterlife, you'd surely be overjoyed, right?" 2 weeks later is the much-anticipated Interschool tournament. This time the tournament is divided into 5 battle zones: East, West, South, North, and Central. Each zone will select 2 outstanding teams. The beautiful reporter from the TV station is actively covering the tournament, where 8 martial arts schools from Jiangshao province gather at Jiangshao Martial Arts University to compete. Also, popular regional streamers are competing to live stream and share updates on the matches between teams. Dear viewers, tickets for this year's Interschool tournament are so rare, they're basically impossible to get. I'll be streaming the entire tournament live for you all to watch and snag some cool giveaways. The competing teams are entering the arena but can't resist throwing shade at each other. Long Vondai, really dare show up here? Yeah, you're basically here to hand over your lives. The Long Vondai side fired back, "Who knows if you'll be the ones handing over your lives? Just wait and see, you trash from Fuxuyen." At the stadium's competition area, people are gradually filling the stands. Everyone is looking for their seats. Meanwhile, in the preparation room, a teacher asked the team, "Is everyone here yet?" Senior Ho Thanthu looked around and replied, "To Bach hasn't arrived yet, but everyone else is here." Another team member, losing patience, said, "He's our captain, don't tell me he's gonna bail at the crucial moment." Footsteps approached. It was To Bach. "How could I bail at such a crucial moment?" Hearing his voice, the teacher turned around, sensing the confidence in To Bach's eyes. She thought to herself, just a few days apart, and I can already tell, To Bach's power has leveled up a lot, huh? To Bach stepped forward to greet everyone. "I'm here." The teacher, seeing all members present, felt relieved and reminded, "To Bach, good, you're here. The match is about to start. You need to arrange the order of play." To Bach reassured her confidently, "Don't worry, teacher, I've got a plan." Not long after, the announcer's voice echoed in the stands. "The competition has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, teachers and students, please remain quiet." A month ago, the fierce beast clans sent a large army to suppress the frontline forces. Then, a small group of beasts broke through the front line and attacked military bases behind several provinces. The attacked provinces' martial arts students were almost massacred by the beast clans. With only a few survivors left, the announcer continued loudly, "Fellow citizens, this is a debt we must repay." The entire stadium responded to the call, all shouting in unison, "Revenge, we must get revenge. We must wipe out all the beast clans. Humanity will definitely win. We will win. We will win." The announcer added, "With this fighting spirit of humanity, how could we worry about other clans not being wiped out?" This is exactly the meaning behind today's Interschool tournament. Next, I will announce the Jiangzhou Province Regional Competition. Officially opening. The host continues to explain the rules of the contest, which follows a duel format this time. Teams compete once each with a maximum of 5 players on the field. The losing team must leave the arena, while the winning team can continue to accept challenges. Challenge. The team with the last player standing wins. Next, a random draw will determine the match order. Self-duel. The draw results are in. The first match is Long Eagle Martial Arts Academy versus Tan Dan Martial Arts Academy. The second match is Jiangzhou Martial Arts Academy versus Than Van Martial Arts Academy. The third match is Fuxuyen Martial Arts Academy versus Taishuang Martial Arts Academy. The fourth match is Ungia Martial Arts Academy versus Truongthu Martial Arts Academy. Please welcome the participants from Long Eagle Martial Arts Academy and Tan Dan Martial Arts Academy to the arena for their face-off. When seeing the draw results, Ho Thanthu excitedly said, "I can't believe we got Than Van Martial Arts Academy." The coach leading Team Tbach is also very worried. Long Martial Arts Academy has already competed against Tan Dan Martial Arts Academy, but our battle lineup has not been decided yet. The principal walks over to his school's preparation area, also feeling uneasy. He asks, To Bach, how have you arranged the battle lineup? The whole team turns back respectfully to greet the principal who just arrived. Greetings, principal. To Bach replies confidently, neither too fast nor slow, almost overconfident. I will go out first. The other four can study on their own. It seems no one can believe their ears. Even the coach is speechless at To Bach's words. Even the serious Xuanwu looks stunned and asks To Bach again, is this really your strategy? Based on his experience, Senior Xuanwu suggests, should we arrange our tactics based on Thon Van Martial Arts Academy's battle order to counter them? Hung Thien Quang angrily criticizes, exactly, you go out first. If you don't win, what then? That would embarrass Jiangzhou Martial Arts Academy, big time. Seeing the team's over-the-top reaction, To Bach quickly waves his hand to calm everyone down. Don't worry, I absolutely won't let anyone down. While everyone is debating heatedly, only the principal stands there observing. This kid Thang hasn't been seen for just a few days, yet his rank has shot up so much. He really is gifted. However, sensing trouble, the principal pulls To Bach aside and whispers, so only they can hear, kid, don't be too reckless. Save some respect for the seniors. Otherwise, you'll offend all of them. It'll be tough for you at school later on. Right then, the first match result is announced on the arena. Tan Dan Martial Arts Academy wins. Upon hearing the result, the coach comments, this year, Tan Dan Martial Arts Academy is way too strong. They just handled Long Eagle Martial Arts Academy so fast. It's your turn to fight, To Bach. Taking a deep breath, To Bach calmly steps onto the stage. Not forgetting to tell everyone, watch closely now. Still some doubt, To Bach's skills and mock, I want to see what he's really got. From the stands, all the classmates cheer wildly for, To Bach, go for it, you gotta take the championship. To Bach slowly walks onto the arena, facing his opponent. He is up against Thon Van Martial Arts Academy. The guy looks at him and asks, are you the male student who defeated the golden level beast? To Bach awkwardly nods and replies, yeah, that's me. A red-haired young man with a confident face and golden hands stands ready. Than Von Vo, die. He looked at him and asked, are you the top male student who defeated the golden grade beast? To Bach nodded awkwardly and replied, yeah, that's me. A red-haired young man with a confident face and hands glowing gold. Throwing punches non-stop to show off his power, he arrogantly declared that today he'd show the kid what real strength looks like. This guy was Thunven Martial Arts Captain Li Lungfong, a bronze mid-level fighter. Faced with the threat, Tbach calmly sat down, opened his briefcase. Tieu Bat came out obediently following his command, and quietly stepped aside. Seeing this, Li Lungfong was shocked, and asked the kid, is that your pet? He pointed at Tieu Bat, and laughed like a madman, saying, you're not seriously bringing your pet beast into the arena, are you? Tbach slowly pulled out a can of Coca-Cola and a bag of peanuts, replying hurriedly, I haven't even had breakfast yet. The crowd below the stands was stunned. They excitedly whispered, why is he bringing a baby turtle to the fight? A male student even shouted mockingly, Jiang Shao Martial Arts has seriously lost it. Someone like that dares to step on stage. Liu Vu Hin, sitting below, was sweating bullets and amazed. To Bach is sitting on the fighting platform, eating peanuts and drinking Coca-Cola. Hung Tien Tuong nearby looked annoyed and pointed, saying, this dude's seriously disrespecting his opponent. His opponent's like bronze mid-level. I wonder if he can even handle that. On the stands, Tbach plopped down on the floor, holding his Coca-Cola, warning Tieu Bat. You've eaten enough beast cores already, don't embarrass me. Understanding, Tieu Bat's face lit up fiercely and charged forward, his whole body glowing with a blazing golden light. Li Lungfong was stunned, thinking, could this turtle really be his pet beast? In moments, Tieu Bat's body began to grow, becoming gigantic in his Huyen Vu form. Li Lungfong looked up at him like a tiny ant, panicking and yelling, this is terrifying. The crowd below was shocked too, their faces turning pale, seeing Tieu Bat at his massive size. Damn, that turtle's huge, someone gasped. Its eye alone is as big as a basketball. Tieu Bat's shell transformed into a sturdy spiked armor that shimmered like metal, sparking curiosity. Is that skin? No way, that's armor, and it's shining like metal. Someone even marveled, whoa, those claws and limbs, no wonder Tbach can take down gold-level fighters. The crowd got even more hyped. If that turtle slaps you, who could survive? Lam Yen Nien admired from the stands, quietly praising, Tbach's gotten stronger. Pham Huang. And suddenly jumped up, puzzled, asking Tieu Bat, since when could you get that big? Tbach slowly sipped his Coca-Cola, ordering Tieu Bat, wrap this up quick. No sooner said, a giant claw shot toward Li Lungfong, still stunned and clueless. He got blasted by Tieu Bat's epic strike, flying off at lightning speed. Li Lungfong crashed hard on the ground, mouth agape, unable to believe it, muttering, that was way too fast. To Bach sat aside, encouraging his classmate. Hang in there a bit longer. I want to finish my Coca-Cola before we keep fighting. Li Lungfeng struggled to sit up, furious and cursing wildly. He staggered to his feet, wiped blood from his mouth, eyes full of rage, and thought, that was just a surprise attack. I gotta focus all my strength. Challengingly, he added, you're tough, huh? Without hesitation, Li Lungfeng quickly unleashed his spiritual power. His body started glowing, every inch of skin shining with a radiant golden light. I have to focus all my strength. With a challenging tone, he continued, you're tough, huh? Then Li Lungfeng didn't hesitate. Quickly unleashing his spiritual power, his body started glowing, every inch of his skin shining with a brilliant golden light. Tough as steel, his eyes blazed fiercely like two unquenchable flames. He cracked a challenging smile, his voice booming. Then let's see who's tougher. Li Lungfeng tore through the air at lightning speed, straight toward Little 8. Little 8 stood ready, full of fighting spirit, waiting to face him. One flawless kick from it sent Li Lungfeng flying far back. The referee shouted from the sidelines. Liao Yuxing, hand on chin, startled, said, whoa, it's over. Tbach won. The principal sitting nearby chuckled, nodding. Haha, these youngsters have serious potential. Hung Tiancheng jumped up excitedly. He held his head speechless. This turtle is way too strong. The classmates around started chatting. So is the captain of Thon Van Martial Arts Academy dumb, that huge slap, and he couldn't dodge the speed. And he's not that fast either, right? Someone stepped up to defend him. You clearly don't get physics. The turtle's speed looks slow because its body is huge. A male student wiped sweat, grumbling. Even a bronze-level middle-tier superpower can't stop this turtle. It's just impossible to handle. A friend nearby doubted, no way. How can a golden-level beast be so easily dealt with? Pham Huang, and frowned amazed. Little 8 wasn't this strong before, right? On the big screen, the referee announced the first match result. To Bach, from Jiangzhou, Martial Arts Academy won. The second Thon Van Martial Arts Academy fighter Zhang Quan was called to the stage. As the words ended, a girl with long black hair, a smoking hot body appeared. She gripped her spear tightly, her sharp face thinking that speed was the key to victory. She couldn't let that turtle get close. This was Zhang Quan from Thon Van Martial Arts Academy, a bronze-level, middle-tier superpower. Zhang Quan quickly entered the match. She acted immediately, dashing like a young noble at lightning speed, moving in and out so fast that even Little 8 was dizzy. The referee's commentary kept echoing. Zhang Quan uses her speed advantage, always staying out of the big turtle's attack range. Her image was clearly shown on the screen, thrilling the crowd who cheered nonstop. Yeah, keep it up. I told you the last player was dumb. Little 8 was having a hard time now. With its massive body, it couldn't catch her speed. Zhang Quan's face turned smug. She just needed one chance for a winning strike. Liao Yuqing also started to worry, pacing anxiously, commenting Zhang Quan keeps dodging, searching for an opening. At this speed, the turtle can't land a hit. Ho Than Thu, sitting nearby, also underestimated him. To Bach was too cocky. Despite the chatter below, he calmly finished his last bite of snacks. Little 8 kept chasing Zhang Quan, but was powerless. It always lunged a beat too late. Its powerful blows kicked up dust everywhere. Zhang Quan flipped beautifully in midair. She praised, "Your turtle is really strong." She landed skillfully. "But I choose to finish this directly," the beast tamer said then. Zhang Quan dashed at To Bach at the speed of light. Her target was him. He was still sitting leisurely, finishing his can of Coke. Now it was too late to turn around. Seeing her plan, Liao Yuxing shouted anxiously, "Danger! Zhang Quan is about to attack To Bach directly." Lam Yen broke into a cold sweat, yelling, "Watch out, Zhang Quan is closing in." "All right." He swung his sword from behind her, gritting his teeth and snarling, "To Bach, you lost." But before he could strike, something flung him far away, leaving only the sword spinning wildly in the air. To Bach calmly licked the cut on his lip. Turns out Little Bat had swiftly attacked Truong Tuyen with a tail strike, like a thunderbolt, sending her flying about 1,000 meters. Everyone below couldn't help but scream wildly. What a move, the divine beast wagging its tail. Lam Yen Ni wiped his chest, breathing a sigh of relief. "That scared me." Pham Huang An cheered excitedly. "Nice hit, Little Bat." Even the principal stood up, clapping in praise. Lu Vu Hin was speechless. The kid was so strong that Hung Thien Tuong couldn't believe his eyes and asked again. To Bach won again. That was way too fast. At this moment, Ho Than Thu also admitted To Bach was seriously strong. Looking at Truong Tuyen's hot body lying beaten on the ground, he just coolly said, "One last thing. That's a full meal." He stretched lazily. "You were standing way too close." Little Bat hit a bit hard. He sincerely advised his classmate, "Better go, Sister Thu." Then he turned back seriously and said, "All right, time to get serious." Trong Tuyen, defeated and humiliated, covered her face, unwilling to accept it. To Bach. Tusai raised both hands, his voice challenging, who's next to step up for a fight? The battle continued with cheers and excitement. Another opponent was defeated by Little Bat. Seeing the girl shattered and lying provocatively on the ground, To Bach coldly said, "Next one." Little Bat fought more fiercely, always claiming victory. He was so proud he pulled out his phone to snap the glorious moment of the two, shouting loudly, "Next one." The referee's voice rang out countless times. He clenched To Bach's hand and declared, "Jiangzhou martial arts. To Bach wins." Someone held their head in disbelief, shocked. Oh my god, that To Bach from Jiangzhou martial arts spent the whole match just eating peanuts, relying on a turtle to win the fight. Never seen anything like this. But he's a hero in the eyes of all the grown-up beauties. I've never seen a player so cocky. This is legit. Hajia Kang and Pham Huang An also cheered loudly. To Bach is the GOAT. To Bach, 1 versus 5. Vuong Bat, 1 versus 5. To Bach, 1 versus 5. Hearing this, To Bach held his head embarrassed. Why does that sound so weird, like they're calling me a turtle or something? Stepping down, Lu Vu Hin patted his shoulder, praising. To Bach, great job. The principal also beamed proudly. To Bach used his strength to defeat Thon Sun martial arts. A tough opponent. This was truly a proud victory, making Jiangzhou martial arts shine. Many humbly responded. Too kind, Liu Vu Hin continued. All right, this morning's matches are over. Everyone take a break. After lunch, we'll continue with round 2 of the tournament. The principal also added. During the tournament, the cafeteria will be open free for all athletes. Feel free to eat and recharge. Everyone cheered happily. Free food, awesome. In the resting room of Fuxuyen Martial Arts, a worried teacher said, if in the next match we face Jiangzhou Martial Arts, chances are they'll still send To Bach out. A classmate helplessly replied, To Bach's pet beast is almost unbeatable in close combat. What do we do? He looked at the young man with long hair tied to one side, muscles bulging, and sternly warned, if we really face Jiangzhou Martial Arts, Mao Kai, how are you going to handle To Bach? The others nodded in agreement. Yeah. The captain's got poison powers, so no need for close combat. Mao Kai confidently accepted. All right, I'll keep my distance and use poison, definitely gonna take down that turtle. Meanwhile, in the resting room of Tandan Vondai, the principal kept encouraging his students. Don't be discouraged. To Bach is strong, but his weakness is clear. Find a way to break through that turtle's defense. Beating To Bach is the only way to win. The young guy with tinted glasses named Li Fong agreed too. The principal's right. If I face To Bach this afternoon, I'll handle him. Actually, Trung Tuyen's strategy this morning was solid, just not fast enough. The principal nodded. Okay, Li Fong, you're a fast attacker, wait for the right moment and strike To Bach quickly. The second match started, the referee began announcing on the big screen. This morning was really exciting, all the students showed fierce fighting spirit and fearless courage. Next up, round 2 starts immediately. We'll do a random draw. As soon as the words ended, people below started chatting. Man, I think Jiangzhou Vondai's team doesn't even need other members on the field this time. Just To Bach alone can beat the other schools. Others agreed. Having a teammate like that is seriously awesome. But some young guys from Shao mocked, don't get ahead of yourselves, this is just within the province. Facing other Vondai schools outside the province, Jiangzhou Vondai could still get beaten down hard. Hung Tien Tuong said worriedly, we used to always get crushed, but now with To Bach, nothing can stop us. The screen showed the upcoming matchups announcing the round 2 results of the provincial tournament. First match, Jiangzhou Vondai versus Tandan Vondai. Second match, Fuxuyen Vondai versus Anya Vondai. Third match, Longung Vondai versus Than Vun Vondai. Fourth match, Taisung Vondai versus Trung Tu Vondai. The referee clearly announced first match To Bach from Jiangzhou Vondai versus Li Fong from Tandan Vondai. To Bach was already waiting. He waved warmly at his opponent. Li Fong glanced over smugly and said, as expected, they sent To Bach out first. Good thing we prepared a strategy against To Bach beforehand. To Bach flicked his eyes and gestured to him, reminding his classmate, don't stress too much, just relax. Hang in there, it'll be over soon, the referee shouted. Match start. Li Fong got into position, radiating strong energy. He glared angrily at To Bach. Don't get too cocky. This was Tandan Vondai's captain, Li Fong, a tall, lanky guy. He smiled confidently, then suddenly bounced, his body light as the wind. He hopped and darted, moves quick and elusive, moving at an insane speed like a breeze passing without a trace. Li Fong kept circling the small ring, his figure like an untouchable gust of wind. Every step was light but agile. He constantly shifted position, creating a dizzying loop around his opponent. The small ring launched powerful attacks, but all hit empty air. All easily dodged by him. Finally, Li Fong picked the right moment and threw a kick. The little turtle charged fiercely at Xiaoba, but its shell was insanely tough, making Li Fong admit defeat. No way to break through that defense. As Xiaoba kept attacking, Li Fong spun mid-air, his sharp eyes scanning below, dodging while searching for a weak spot in the opponent's solid defense. He kept tearing through the air, making Xiaoba dizzy as hell. The crowd below buzzed with excitement. Looks like that turtle can't land a hit on Li Fong. Someone even laughed out loud. Haha, guys, check it out. That turtle seems pissed off by Li Fong and is freaking out. If Li Fong suddenly attacks Tbach, do you think he has a shot at winning? A classmate casually bit into his sandwich and chimed in. I think there's definitely a chance. That turtle's not dumb, right? Isn't this bullying Tbach? The beauties kept shouting. So unfair, but I'm rooting for Li Fong go. Li Fong go. Xiaoba was furious, yelling as it chased after Li Fong, taunting proudly. Come on, try to catch me. Lu Vu Hin started to worry. What was Tbach up to? Why hadn't he figured out a plan yet? Ho Than Thu crossed her arms, seeming to realize Li Fong's strategy and said, looks like he's trying to lure Xiaoba away from Tbach. Meanwhile, Hung Thien Trong kept glancing around like he'd spotted something. Seems like he was searching for something nearby. Tbach calmly pulled another can of Coke from his bag. Finally found it. Sorry, I ate too much salty food for lunch. He downed it in one go. The crowd below kept cheering for the challenger. Li Fong go, Li Fong go. Suddenly, a confident figure appeared in the stands, clearly sure about his plan. No matter how much he zigzagged, the distance was useless. Without a word, he sliced through the air, rushing like lightning toward Tbach. Tbach, you seriously underestimate me. He jumped high, stretched out his leg, shouting, I Li Fong will make you pay. But Tbach stayed calm, slowly calling Xiaoba. As a golden power spread through the stands, freezing Li Fong mid-air in an adorably awkward pose. Shocked, he asked, what the hell's going on? Why can't I move? Suddenly behind Xiaoba appeared a mighty illusion. Tbach softly reminded, all right, stop playing. Let's finish this fight. The illusion opened its huge mouth, emitting a blinding, dazzling light that flooded the entire space in golden glow, making Li Fong suspended in mid-air, unable to withstand the mystical force. Amid the blinding light, he sensed something strange, gritted his teeth and yelled, wait, what are you trying to do? Tbach stayed silent. The light from the illusion's mouth grew stronger, so bright it warped the surrounding space. The massive beam exploded like a tsunami, sweeping everything away. Li Fong was blasted far back his body like a tiny leaf in a storm. The impact was so strong it tore a huge hole in the wall, making everyone turn around in shock. The atmosphere grew tense, and someone stood up thinking, I get it now. It's not that Li Fong isn't strong, but Tbach is just too freaky. Someone else looked scared. If it were me facing Tbach, I'd just surrender right away. How can anyone beat him? Li Fong's crew anxiously asked, what should the principal do? Li Fong's already badly hurt. They looked at the young guy beaten to hell. Unable to sit up, he covered his face with his hand in helplessness and said, there's no other way, just give up. On the big screen, the referee quickly announced, unfortunately facing the powerful opponent, To Bach from Jiangzhou, the Shinmin martial arts team has decided to forfeit. Next up to face Jiangzhou martial arts is the Fuxuan martial arts team. Hearing this, everyone felt a bit disappointed. Why quit without even fighting? Someone agreed, To Bach is seriously too strong. Quitting is better than a pointless humiliation. Liu Vuhin crossed her arms satisfied and said, all right, Shinmin has voluntarily forfeited, so To Bach can save his energy to deal with Fuxuan. Hung Tien Tuong board cut in. What strength does he even need to save now? Ho Than Thu thought differently. She rated the next opponent highly, but added Fuxuan's captain has poison abilities. He won't be easy to handle. The referee's voice rang out. The match begins. Tieu Bat quickly growled to intimidate the opponent. But he waved his hand, signaling, hold up, don't rush to attack. This is Fuxuan martial arts captain Mao Hai Than. A middle-aged man, he slyly said, To Bach, I admit you're strong. I know I'm no match for you. How about we make a deal? To Bach was stunned, glanced at him and asked, oh, what kind of deal? Mao Kai faced. To Bach, a subtle smirk playing on his lips. He pretended, classmate To Bach, you're really strong. I probably can't beat you this round, but I want to discuss the issue of beast tamers with you. As he spoke, Mao Kai hid one hand behind his back, where a cluster of deadly poison silently gathered like a venomous snake waiting to strike. To Bach was briefly shocked, and let out a soft, oh. He was puzzled inside. What is this guy up to? Wants to discuss beast tamer issues with me, but with his sharp and smart nature, he quickly sensed something off about the opponent's actions. Without hesitation, Tbach coldly exposed, I get it, you're stalling for time. Someone with poison abilities needs a long time to summon their powers. He shouted loudly, echoing through the stands. Tieu Bat received the command. Tieu Bat, a huge battle beast with blazing eyes, immediately charged claws sharp as razors slicing through the air, aimed straight at Mao Kai. But just then, Mao Kai laughed coldly. His hidden arms swung up, releasing a dark blue poisonous bone cluster that spread lightning fast, filling the space. No longer hiding his intent, his eyes gleamed with triumph, his voice drowning everything in despair. Just realizing now, Mao Kai sneered, too late. Even if you're the divine tiger beast tamer, you can't escape my poison bones. No way out. The dense poison bones formed a deadly curtain gradually covering the entire arena. Tbach stood at the center of the poison bones, feeling the terrifying pressure of the toxin seeping in. Thu, standing outside, was sweating nervously, worriedly saying, "This is bad." Tbach seriously underestimated his opponent. I heard Mao Kai has defeated quite a few high-level mutant beasts with his poison in previous trials. Liu Wuhin was equally anxious. Panicking, what should we do then? Luckily, the principal stayed calm and quickly reassured, everyone, don't panic. The outcome isn't decided yet. At this moment in the stands, Tieu Bat was struggling to move inside the poison bones. Opposite, Mao Kai's eyes flashed coldly. He laughed loudly, his arrogant laughter echoing throughout the packed arena. And so cruel, ha ha ha, in this poisonous bone mist. You guys can't see anything, but I'm unaffected, you know. Grinning, the more I think about it, the more I enjoy it. Let's see how long you can last in my poisonous bone mist, haha. Tbach, you're way too cocky. Let me unleash some venomous beasts, and this fight will end right away. In front of you, Tbach's blurry figure appears through the poisonous bone mist. His body is motionless like a statue. He's sitting cross-legged in a meditative pose. At the center of the stands, seemingly unbothered by the creeping poisonous bone mist around him. Mao Kai squints, a smile on his lips growing even more mocking. You're meditating to resist my poisonous bone mist. But you're facing more than just poisonous bones. Saying that, he leaps high, aiming to attack him from behind. Prepare to die, Tbach. But as Mao Kai moves in, he's stopped by a source of power. Tbach opens his eyes, slowly speaking to his opponent. Trying to attack from behind in poisonous bones, too bad you ran into me. Mao Kai's eyes widen. Cold sweat dots, his face lips trembling as he says, how is this possible? You're a beast tamer. How can you withstand the full force of my venomous claws, while in poisonous bone state? Meanwhile, outside the stands, the principal watches the match with a serious gaze, but his lips curl into a satisfied smile. He quickly notices something unusual, and quietly says, same lineage as the original Liu Wuhin. Extremely surprised, she turns to the principal, eyes wide, asking, same lineage as the original. The principal nods. Exactly. This is the high-level talent of a beast tamer. Tbach has transferred the defensive abilities of the beast onto himself. Back to the fight. Tbach tries to hold his breath, his tone urging, end this quickly, your poisonous bone mist is really annoying. His gentle words carry heavy pressure, like a punch to Mao Kai's pride. He grits his teeth, eyes bloodshot with anger. The toxic smoke violently backfires, causing him to panic. It explodes, and with the blast, Mao Kai is thrown into the air and flung off the stands. Pham Huang. An jumps up in shock, cheers erupting. Brother 2 is insanely strong. He knocked the venomous power user out of the poisonous bone mist. Lam Yen Nin, with starry eyes, gently clasps her hands, pressing them to her chest, as if holding her pounding heart. A complex wave of emotions surges inside her, both admiration and determination. She silently thinks, Tbach, I won't let you get too far ahead of me. Around them, the crowd's cheers grow louder, making the atmosphere electric. Tbach Vuong Bat, a 5-on-5 match, displayed on the big screen in the stands. The referee steps out, voice clear and loud over the crowd noise. Since Mao Kai from Fuxu Martial Arts University can no longer continue fighting, Fuxu Martial Arts University has decided to forfeit first. The champion of this provincial-level tournament is Jiangzhou Martial Arts University, Tbach. Immediately, Tbach's image appears, brightly on the big screen. His sharp eyes and calm demeanor ignite the crowd's cheers. Applause thunderous enough to shake the arena. He happily strokes Tieu Bat, saying, it's over. The match ends as he steps down. The principal keeps praising Tbach. This time you brought glory to Jiangzhou Martial Arts University. Well done. Hearing this, he shyly asks, so principal, will you be the teacher to give me some extra medicine resources? No way, he forced a smile, but cursed the kid silently, thinking, is this brat trying to trick me again? I'm not that easy to fool. He quickly changed the subject, glancing at everyone and said, Jiangzhou Martial Arts University just clinched the provincial championship. The army will award you merit points. You can head to logistics to exchange them for resources later. Hung Thian Tuang frowned, confused, and asked, only one, To Bach fought, so how do the merit points relate to us? The principal stammered, avoiding the question, then raised his hand and asked, anyway, in 3 days we'll head to Lac City for the whole Warzone tournament. Everyone confident. The crowd suddenly went silent, except for To Bach's voice shouting confident. The principal quickly slipped away. Good, everyone must be tired. Get some rest and gear up for the Warzone tournament. Give it your all in 3 days. To Bach anxiously asked the principal about the resources, but he just blankly turned his back and left, not forgetting to remind him, especially To Bach. Looking forward to your outstanding performance. See you in 3 days. Seeing that To Bach sighed, that sly old fox runs off as soon as resources are mentioned. Meanwhile, the match was broadcast on major media channels. The provincial tournament of the Academy Alliance has ended. The top 3 teams are Daedo Martial Arts University, Ma Do Martial Arts University, and Trung Thon Guard Martial Arts University. Many prodigies shined in this tournament, but the standout was To Bach from Jiangzhou Martial Arts University. He won all 3 matches, securing the overall provincial championship for Jiangzhou this year. Strong youths make a strong nation. Hopefully martial arts students nationwide can learn from To Bach's brave fight for the top spot, bringing glory to the school. People across the country are super hyped about this news. Someone exclaimed, whoa, To Bach's on the news again. A pretty girl admired him and said she wanted to meet To Bach. Cut to the training room, where To Bach faced a ton of fully equipped gear. He was super satisfied. Finally found a quiet spot. He quickly pulled out an adorable white cat from his backpack, softly saying to it, little Bach, I know you're eager, but you'll definitely get your chance on the field later. He petted its head and warned, you can only exchange merit points for 4 high-grade white-silver beast cores, so save some, okay? As soon as he finished, To Bach handed it a spirit stone. Eat up. Its eyes lit up like stars in the sky. Quickly the spirit stone took effect, and little Bach's whole body started glowing. The system board popped up with a message, common high-grade cat, upgraded to early bronze stage. Victory activates the White Tiger Sacred Claw bloodline. Received Heavenly Mansion Diamond. Fong An watched intently and marveled. 1 stone, already leveled up, definitely activating the White Tiger bloodline. Then he generously pulled out a few more stones and placed them before it. Eat a few more to fully level up. The cat happily grabbed the treats like a kid. To Bach reassured. Take it slow, no one's gonna snatch them from you. After these you might level up again. But after it finished eating and was licking its paws greedily, he stood nearby, anxious, resting his chin on his hand, wondering, it's done eating, so why no reaction? It's a high-grade white core beast. Suddenly, a blinding golden light burst out powerfully. It's a high-level white beast core. Suddenly, a dazzling golden light burst out fiercely. To Bach had to cover his eyes because he couldn't see a thing, his gaze filled with horror as he exclaimed, damn. Right now, the little kitten had transformed into a massive white tiger. He immediately admired it, thinking that's so badass, haha, quietly chuckling inside. Even cooler than the little Ba. The system quickly displayed info, the refined golden white tiger upgraded to mid-level bronze. The refined golden white tiger beast specializes in ruthless attacks, ranked mid-level bronze. The white tiger's bloodline activated at 30 points, boosting all attributes significantly. Talents enhanced physique 158, defense 105, agility 295, spirit 60. Talent 1, refined golden 100 claws consumes a certain amount of stamina in a very short time, attacking a single opponent 100 times. The first attack deals damage equal to 150 points of base attack power. Each subsequent attack increases by 2 points over the last. Talent 2, refined golden energy consumes stamina to cover the whole body with refined golden energy. Each attack causes 200 points of tearing damage and can combine with refined golden 100 claws, greatly increasing its damage. Talent 3, refined golden ghost shadow consumes a large amount of stamina, boosting movement and attack speed by 300 points, and can combine with refined golden 100 claws to complete 100 attacks in the blink of an eye. He chuckled softly, eyes gleaming with satisfaction as he looked at little Bach, not drinking. I fed him 4 high-level white-silver beast cores. This attribute is seriously overpowered. He gently patted its head, his warm voice full of hope. Little Bach, the fierce battle zone warrior, will rely on your performance. It was also delighted, wrapping its arms tightly around him, its big head rubbing lightly against Tbach's palm like a kid just praised. Meanwhile, in the imperial capital, inside a lavish mansion deep in the upscale district, The atmosphere was completely different. The space was quiet and fresh, so much that even the wind whispering felt like a secret in the ear. Rows of lush green trees surrounded the mansion. A middle-aged man with a dignified aura sat in a large armchair, his sharp eyes like blades, intently watching the screen, where images of To Bach and Little Ba just appeared. He smirked meaningfully. To Bach is quite interesting. Seems like he's got a lot of secrets. The light from the screen reflected on his face, revealing a look of admiration mixed with scheming. He ordered his subordinate, go check out this To Bach guy. Maybe his turtle is even more formidable than Lac Fam's back then. The man beside him respectfully replied, yes sir. 3 days later, at the Lac Ha Martial Arena, crowds gathered thick. Some couldn't help but whisper. As expected of Lac Ha Martial Arena, even the competition arena is several times bigger than ours. Cheers echoed throughout Lac Ha Arena. Lac Ha took first place. The principal led To Bach's team onto the field, eyes scanning around before exclaiming, this Lac Ha Martial Arena seems like it's trying to intimidate us. While walking, To Bach suddenly paused, his gaze fixed on a distant corner. He frowned in confusion, turning to ask, hey principal, why is there an empty area over there? He walked slowly, observing around as he replied, I heard only 9 martial arenas are participating this time. One martial arena voluntarily gave up its right to join. To Bach frowned, curious, asking, well, if only 9 martial arenas are participating, won't one get a free pass during the random draw? He nodded slightly. Exactly. Now, it's just a matter of who gets lucky. Usually, if left empty, you go straight to the next round. Hearing that, he immediately clasped his hands in front of his chest, eyes shut tight, mumbling like he was praying. If we get a bye, we're screwed. I was hoping to fight a few more rounds to earn merit points for that greedy mouth. Ho Than Thu, standing nearby, couldn't take it anymore, stepped up seriously to ask the principal. This time, no matter what, please let me fight. Before she finished, Vuong Tan Tan eagerly chimed in, that's right, principal. We also ask for permission to fight. The principal looked at their determined faces and nodded repeatedly, encouragingly, all right students, don't worry this time, everyone will get a chance to step into the arena. Let's wait for Tbach to draw first. In just a moment, the draw results were ready. The female MC stepped onto the stage, flashing a bright smile, and announced, okay, the draw is done, now I'll announce the matches. The arena fell completely silent. All eyes locked on her. The first match, Lac Ha Vo Dai versus Phuc Suyen Vo Dai. She continued, the second match, the bye in this round goes to her. Pausing briefly to build suspense, she finally declared clearly, Giang Chao Vo Dai. Tbach, standing in the crowd, widened his eyes, face full of shock. Unlike him, the principal was very happy, laughing loudly. Ha ha, Tbach, you really are a lucky charm. We don't need to fight in the first round and go straight to the next. Lu Vu Hin, sitting nearby, joined in. You've got mad luck. Try buying a lottery ticket. He thought sadly. Why am I so unlucky? I really drew the bye round. I want to fight. The female MC announced. The first round matches begin. It seems the Phuc Suyen Vo Dai fighter is struggling a bit to defend against the Lac Ha Vo Dai fighter, who is taking advantage to attack harder. 2 hours later, the female MC held up the announcement board. The first round matches, 20-4, have ended. Next are the second round draw results. She was also very surprised, exclaiming, the bye in this round still goes to Jiang Chao Vo Dai. The arena exploded in astonishment, with chatter rising like waves. What someone doubted, saying, damn, there's definitely something shady going on here. A young man in the crowd angrily shouted, how is this possible? What kind of luck is that? Giang Chao Vo Dai didn't do anything, just sat in the audience watching the fights. I ran all the way here just to see Tbach sitting on the bench eating sunflower seeds, drinking Coke. Missing one fight is one thing, but why get a bye twice in a row? The whispers grew louder, and a girl with short pink hair clearly couldn't stand not being able to watch her idol compete. She stood up, frustrated and challenged. Is it true that Lac Ha Vo Dai is scared to face Tbach directly, so they purposely left Jiang Chao Vo Dai open? The girl beside her nodded in agreement. Yeah, this is totally unfair. A strong player like Tbach keeps getting left open. You guys have zero respect for the opponent. Seeing the heated debate, the military representative stepped up to clarify. After thorough inspection, no suspicious manipulation or cheating was found involving Jiang Chao Vo Dai. He declared the match would continue. Hearing this, the principal was thrilled because they could win big without even fighting. Ha ha, awesome. This means we've climbed to third place in the war zone. Just one more win, and we can join the grand finals. Meanwhile, Tbach's team sat sadly below, with his head down, mumbling, why am I left open again, not playing anymore? 1 hour later, the female MC's voice echoed through the arena, hyping up the moment. The Warzone finals were about to start. The crowd couldn't hold back, their excitement shouting in unison, "Lak ha, lak ha, lak ha." She continued announcing, "The next match is Jiang Chao Vodai versus Lam Truck Vodai." Hearing this, Ho Thon Thu below couldn't help but feel anxious, whispering to her teammates, "Finally, it's our turn." Nearby, Lavin Kwong cut in, eyes shining, "Principal, let me go out first this time." He calmly reassured, "Students, stay calm. Although we're lucky, we can't underestimate the opponent." Then, he pointed to each member and instructed Lavin Kwong Bach Nu Wang Bang, "You guys go out first." They were overjoyed. He slowly added, "Next is the match between Vuong Thon Thon and Ho Thon Thu. Tbach will play last." Playing the decisive role, everyone eagerly responded, "Yes, Principal, we will definitely bring glory to the school." Only Tbach stood at the end of the line, looking dejected. "That's it, looks like no chance for me anymore." The female MC's clear voice exploded through the arena, signaling the official start of the match. First up was Lavin Kwong, with early Thon Dong strength facing off against late Thon Dong level. Despite trying his best, he lost narrowly. The MC's narration kept viewers hooked, capturing every moment. "Listen up." Next, Bach Nuong Bang stepped onto the field and immediately switched to an aggressive mode, completely abandoning defense, playing recklessly. He even forced the opponent to retreat repeatedly. The audience held their breath, watching as Bach Nuong Bang attacked like a storm, each move like lightning, pushing the opponent back again and again. The MC shouted excitedly, "Jiang Chao Vo Dai wins." Next up, Vuong Thon Thon, the school beauty, showed her real skills. A whip move combining offense and defense, directly knocking the opponent out of the arena. Jiang Chao Vo Dai wins. Lu Vuhin stood up, cheering loudly. "We won again." The principal sat quietly, deep in thought, suddenly sensing the other's strength had improved drastically. Could it be because of that kid, Tbach's influence? Everyone was happy, except Tbach, who sadly wondered, "When will it finally be my turn to play, my attack?" The MC's voice rang out again. Next up, the representative from Jiangshao Martial Arts Academy is Ho Thon Thu. He stepped out confidently and threw down the gauntlet. "You two come out to the arena together, save some time." Hearing that, the opponents got super pissed and shouted, "Don't get too cocky or you're gonna get wrecked." The female MC reminded everyone of the rules. One person can challenge multiple opponents at once. The match was about to start. To Bach, standing below, muttered, "1 against 2. This kid really isn't leaving me any chance, huh?" Ho Thon Thu stood to the side, clasped his hands, then gently raised them in front of his mouth, as a faint blue light started gathering at his fingertips. He whispered, "Sorry about this." Then a strong gust of wind blew through, and a giant maple tree suddenly appeared behind him, as if it had risen from the ground. Around the massive maple, flickering blue lights shimmered, like tiny stars against the night sky. The crowd watched in awe, whispering, "That's a power attribute." Moke channels power from the maple tree, swirling those green leaves to launch direct attacks at their opponents, who panic instantly. Warning each other to be careful, the sharp leaves slash through the air so fast it's almost impossible to dodge. Just in time, the enemy struck is immediately badly wounded, fresh red wounds marking their body. A young man grits his teeth. Tren An, the remaining teammate, says, "This leaf has something wrong with it. Hang in there, he can't keep his spirit up for long." To Bach watches intently from the stands, rubbing his chin and saying, "You possess wood attribute powers, able to create a 1,000-year-old maple tree like that." Ho Thon Thu's spirit energy is seriously terrifying. The principal makes the same gesture, his tone pleased as he silently thinks about Thon Thu's growing strength. Indeed, Ho is truly a family prodigy. The crowd below can't hold back their excitement, cheers echoing throughout the arena. Some big fans loudly praise Jiang Shao Vo Dai this year as a hidden tiger, a dark horse appearing one after another. However, many are still stunned by Ho Thon Thu's performance. Damn, is Senior Thon Thu really that strong? Meanwhile, some remain skeptical, but don't forget to show respect for To Bach. I still think To Bach is a bit stronger. After all, he's a beast tamer who once took down a gold rank. The match continues intensely, both opponents now starting to feel exhausted, unable to dodge the sharp leaves which fly like daggers, relentlessly piercing the air at terrifying speed. Someone glances at Ho Thon Thu in amazement and says, "This guy shows no sign of weakening at all." Indeed, even though the fight has lasted quite a while, he remains calm and seems to have lost none of his strength. He stands there with a cold face, hands still controlling the leaves, eyes fixed on his opponent. Then, he swings his arm, shouting loudly. In a flash, a barrage of lush green leaves flies out like a downpour, shooting straight forward. Finally, when they have no strength left to resist, Ho Thon Thu's two opponents can't dodge even half the sharp leaves, and both fall simultaneously, collapsing to the ground amid pitiful screams. The wounds from the leaves leave them unable to stand anymore. The MC's voice rings out excitedly. The result of this round, Jiangshou Vodai wins. The maple tree on the arena slowly disappears. Ho Thon Thu's image appears on the screen. Loudly, the MC emphasizes, once again, congratulations to Jiangshou Vodai and Lakha Vodai, both teams advancing to the national finals. After the match ends, he slowly steps down. The principal praises Thon Thu. You performed beyond everyone's expectations this time. Amazing. He happily replies, thank you, principal. The principal pauses, then continues. However, the biggest contributor in this round was still your classmate To Bach. Hearing this, he's shocked too. Chimen's face shows doubt, thinking silently, what, I'm the hero? Are they mocking me for not stepping on stage? The principal half jokes, half serious. Without To Bach skipping 2 rounds in a row, we wouldn't have won so easily. Haha. As soon as he finishes, the atmosphere gets awkward. Seeing this, he quickly changes the subject. All right, everyone's tired, go rest early. In 1 week, we'll join the national finals. Besides the awards you've earned in the competition, the school will also grant you additional maple resource bonuses. Wealth as a reward for development made everyone jump for joy. Ah, that's great, Principal. Tbach stood helplessly on the side. Thinking to himself, sigh, this time my efforts didn't pay off. Gotta figure out a way to get some resources for those 2 food-hungry kids. Meanwhile, at the Lam household, Yen Nian was diligently training with a bunch of robots. Van Uyen came over and called out for Yen Nian to come eat. She stretched her leg out and delivered a powerful kick to the robot's stomach, coolly replying to Uncle Van Uyen. A gate this grand must have cost hundreds of millions just to build right, so extravagant such a waste, the principal retorted. Not just hundreds of millions, the materials alone cost 1,800,000,000. He looked up and continued, moreover, this gate was constructed in 1 day by 20 gold-level powerhouses and 5 platinum-level powerhouses working together. Looking at the motto of Ma Do Martial Academy along with this gate, it all screams, only the strong can protect the country. Approaching the door, Chuangmin stood seriously to greet them. Welcome students of Jiangzhou Martial Academy. Hello Principal Chu, I'm Xuanmin, Vice President of the Student Council at Ma Do Martial Academy. He guided the group inside Ma Do. Welcome everyone and the students to Ma Do Martial Academy. Please follow me. Alright. Principal Chu was very polite. Sorry to trouble you. Levin Kwong popped a candy in his mouth. Looking down on Ma Do Martial Academy, thinking our principal, from Jiangzhou Martial Academy, personally brought the team from afar, yet they only sent a student council VP to greet us. The girl next to him added, if it were someone from Imperial Capital, Martial Academy, surely their principal would come out personally, not just a student council VP like this. The group began lining up to enter. He was walking and curiously glanced at a large building, asking, what's that? The principal replied, this is the gravity adjustment training zone. Right after he looked dazed and said something that made the principal clench his fists in anger. If our academy had this training zone, we could train at least hundreds of silver-level students every year. Next. The group arrived at the hotel. Chuangmin spoke up, hello everyone, this is the hotel where you'll be staying and resting. The first floor has a buffet, open 24 hours. Then, he enthusiastically introduced the cuisine. He led the group into Ma Do. Welcome everyone, along with the students, to Ma Do Martial Arts Academy. Please follow me. All right. Principal Chu was also very polite. Thanks for your trouble. Levin Kuang, chewing on a candy, looked down on Ma Do Martial Arts thinking, our principal from Jiangshou Martial Arts personally came all this way to lead the team, yet they only sent a vice president of the student council to greet us. The girl next to him added, if it were someone from Dado Martial Arts, their principal would definitely come out to greet personally, not just a vice president of the student council. The group started lining up to enter. As he walked, he curiously glanced at a large building and asked, what's that? The principal replied, that's the gravity adjustment training zone. Right after, he looked a bit confused and said something that made the principal clench his fists in anger. If our academy had a training zone like this, we could train at least hundreds of silver-level students every year. Next. The group reached the hotel. Chung Min spoke up, welcome everyone, this is the hotel where you'll be staying. The first floor has a buffet that's open 24 hours. Next, he enthusiastically started introducing the cuisine. The ingredients are all meat from fierce beasts of the 10,000 tribes, prepared by top chefs. For boosting a martial artist's blood energy, this is seriously beneficial. Plus, it's unlimited supply. Tbach curiously asked the senior, is the beast meat here really unlimited? Chuangmin raised his hand as if it was obvious, and replied, of course, since you guys came from far away. We at Ma Do Martial Academy wouldn't let you starve. Feel free to eat your fill, you'll definitely be satisfied. Hearing his confident words, he happily charged forward shouting, "All right, haha, little bat, little Bach, you're in for a treat." This shocked both Truong Min and the principal along with others. Truong Min helplessly asked, "Is this guy starving or what?" Lavin Kuong stated an obvious fact, nobody really knows how much that turtle can eat. "Oh man, Tbach is in," the girl beside commented, "so what's left for us to eat?" But the people around eagerly ran in shouting, "Let's get in quick, or we'll be starving tonight." Truong Min was totally amazed by the scene. This guy helped the principal step inside slowly. The principal wasn't surprised, he sighed. "Young people are really full of energy, it's honestly funny." Haha, the next day at the arena cheers roared, "Go! Go go!" The principal's students excitedly snapped photos. "This is awesome. The Mavo Stadium really stands out compared to other areas." The girl kept praising, "I've only seen such a huge stadium on TV before." The principal looked at his promising students and couldn't help but say, "All right everyone, put on your never-seen-the-world faces. I'll explain the rules of this competition." He seriously explained the finals have a total of 13 martial academies competing. Among them, since the school is directly managed by the military, the Chengthu Wei Jun School automatically enters the top 4, so there won't be any quitting. Two students asked in surprise and annoyance, "Why does Chengthu Wei Jun get to go straight to the top 4? Yeah, that seems unfair," the principal answered. "Because Chengthu Wei Jun is a military talent training facility." He recalled the image of that school, imparting knowledge. People might not know that Chengthu Wei Jun is the only school located on the front line of the 10,000 tribes battlefield. Lavin Kuong jumped up in surprise and asked, "What? A military talent training facility?" Tbach wasn't too surprised and casually asked, "Dat, a school on the front line of the 10,000 tribes battlefield? That's seriously impressive." The principal agreed with him. Exactly. So, the national finals really hide many top fighters. No one should underestimate it. Still, Tbach Jiaquan goes first. Hothan Thu will finish the match. The students shouted with fierce determination, "All right Jiangchao, Martial Academy will definitely win." On the big screen the host began the opening. "Teachers and students, please quiet down, the interschool finals are about to start." The big screen showed the match draw results. The host's voice echoed. "Here are the first round draw results. Match 1, Jiangchao Martial Academy versus Hoan Tan Martial Academy. Match 2, Dedo Martial Academy versus Hoa Dong Martial Academy. Match 3, Ma Do Martial Academy versus Nam Kim Martial Academy. These 3 matches will happen simultaneously." The principal looked at the screen happily. "Our luck isn't bad, we didn't face the top 3 martial academies in the first round." Lavin Kuang stepped up saying, "Hoan Tan martial arts skill level isn't much different from ours, so let me go first." This shocked Tbach. He stuck out his nose and snapped back, "No way I'm going first. I want all the schools to know the attitude of Jiangchao martial arts." We, the hosts, signaled the start of the match on the arena. 2 figures faced each other. One asked, "You're Tbach, right?" A pink-haired guy sneered, giving a thumbs down, arrogantly saying, "This is Jiangchao martial arts. Just making it to the finals is already tough for you guys, but this is as far as you go." Meanwhile, Tbach stayed chill, summoning his spirit beast casually. Tieu Bat fights fast and wins fast. Tieu Bat revealed his true form, a giant turtle on the arena. The crowd gasped and cheered at the sight. Jiangchao Martial Arts sent out a beast trainer with a turtle. Man, that's crazy. This turtle seemed to have grown even bigger. People laughed loudly, singing, "This is gonna be a great show." The pink-haired dude froze seeing the giant turtle. Hoan shouted, "This thing is way too big. No way, that's cheating." Right after he got blasted off the stands screaming, "Ouch, ouch," Tbach just squatted calmly, pulling out a pack of beans with disdain. "Ah, you're that weak. I haven't even taken out my peanuts yet." The pink-haired guy lay on the ground laughing crazily, unbelieving, mumbling, "Isn't Beast Trainer a pretty useless job? Defeating higher-level fighters, how is this even possible?" The crowd kept gasping in surprise. "This is the national final yet." Tbach brought a tiny chair, totally disrespecting his opponent. Looking at the giant turtle in the arena, the crowd shouted, "Dude, you haven't watched Tbach's previous matches, have you? That defensive turtle is insanely strong, definitely silver level." Another said, "Exactly. If you have a strong pet like that, you can easily beat bronze level fighters. You can be that cocky too." While he was casually munching beans, a girl with iron arms stepped up angrily, asking, "Jiangchao Martial Arts, aren't you guys going too far insulting others?" She raised her fist and charged, "I'll make you regret this." He just kept chewing beans coolly. "Watching this drama, man, it's so good I gotta hit like." Less than a second later, Tieu Bat spat out a huge flame burning her. An announcement came down, "Jiangchao Martial Arts, Tbach wins." Lavin Kwong stood aside, curious. Eating peanuts is fine, but bringing a tiny chair, is that the attitude he was talking about? The principal was helpless. Tbach is seriously too cocky, humiliating his opponents like that. But a second later, he laughed out loud. How am I gonna eat with Principal Tran from Hoan Tan Martial Arts after this? Ha ha. Ho Thon Thu reminded from the side, don't celebrate too soon. Tbach might face a tough opponent soon. Is it the captain of Daedo Martial Arts? On the arena, a spiky-haired guy attacked Daedo Martial Arts, and in a flash, a big explosion happened right in front of the audience. The arena system announced, Daedo Martial Arts wins. Daedo Martial Arts raised his hand, pulling back the flames, taunting, that was a bit too rough. Sorry. The principal squinted, sweating. He's a fire attribute fighter from Daedo Martial Arts and a silver peak level. Lavin Kwong's eyes widened in shock. A silver-level fire attribute fighter, that's the real power of Daedo Martial Arts. Seriously terrifying. Ho Thon Thu calmly lifted her glasses again. If it weren't for Trung Thongard Academy, I'd say only Ma Dovo Dai could even stand a chance against Daedovo Dai in the Jiangzhou Martial Arts Championship arena. Down below, two people were talking. The principal said, I'll let you handle Tbach. They were Principal Lak Havo Dai and Silver Rank Vuong Min Kon. I also want Jiangzhou Martial Arts to taste a 1 versus 5 match, right, Min Kon? Use your speed to win. Don't go head-to-head with that turtle. The principal reassured him. Min Kon stepped onto the stage facing To Bach. Jiangzhou Martial Arts versus Lakha Martial Arts. To Bach versus Vuong Min Kon, the match begins. Vuong Min Kon provoked To Bach. Last round, you took advantage of my slip-up. But this time, Jiangzhou Martial Arts won't be so lucky. He casually pulled out a soda can. Oh, here comes someone with silver rank wind power. Tieu Bat Go Vuong, Min Kon smirked, feeling the wind's power swirling around him like a raging storm. Let me show you the strength of a silver rank wind user. A massive whirlwind gathered around him, attacking Tieu Bat. But Tieu Bat couldn't move. Damn it, the Earth's gravity can't hold him down. He shifted his target to To Bach, sitting nearby, who was caught off guard and eliminated. Then, he swung a wind slash at him. Goodbye bronze rank little demon. Tbach casually raised his hand. This wind, not even enough to enjoy some sunflower seeds with. Vuong Min Kon wanted a quick win, relentlessly attacking with wind slashes, causing an explosion that made him lose miserably. But he landed, believing he'd won, losing control and hitting a bit too hard. Go heal your wounds properly. But unexpectedly, behind the dust cloud Tbach was forming a Huyen Vubi Lui shield. He smiled softly and asked, what did you say? Vuong Min Kon was shocked, no damage at all. Could it be that someone mastered Lak Fam's ultimate technique? Tbach crushed the soda can laughing, so you're the wind power user, huh? Confident in your speed, are you? He ordered Tieu Bat back into his bag. Tieu Bat turned and spoke, then he released another beast shaped like a cat. If you want to play the speed game, I'll play with you. He coaxed, hey Tieu Bach, it's your turn to shine. Vuong Min Kon covered his face, mocking, haha, Tbach, are you dumb, bringing your pet cat to the fight? The crowd was buzzing too. Haha, is this guy a student here? Looks like a Jiangzhou martial arts trainee. He's kinda interesting bringing his pet cat out. Wow, that little cat's so cute, I want one too. Lavin, Kwong and others were confused. What the hell is Tbach doing? Probably mocking his opponent with a tiny chair, a small Coke can, and now his pet. Is this even effective? People were worried, but the principal calmly reassured, don't rush, just watch. That cat isn't an ordinary cat. Vuong Min Kon still sneered, haha, why not just bring out that turtle already? Tbach gently reminded, Tbach, don't go too hard. This is just a match, not a battlefield. After that, Tbach let out a deafening roar. A huge blurry shadow appeared around him. Vuong Min Kon doubted. Did I just hallucinate that shadow? That roar. Tieu Bach leapt up, his body transforming into a giant white tiger form. The audience was horrified to realize this wasn't just his pet cat. Clearly this is a huge tiger. This has to be the white tiger I've seen in animals before, but it's never been this big. Lavin Kwong gawked did. Tbach's house cat just turned into a white tiger. Ho Thon Thu was surprised too. Could this tiger really be the second beast that Tbach has tamed? The others on the team were dumbfounded. How is that even possible? Even as a silver-ranked beastmaster, taming a second beast is insanely tough. The principal folded his arms deep in thought. It seems Tbach's secrets run deeper than we thought. Then a light gust of wind sliced through. Vuong Min Kon used wind slash to cut at little Bach, but was shocked when it vanished as he turned around. How is this white tiger illusion moving so fast? No way. He scanned all around for the enemy but couldn't catch a trace. I don't buy it. No matter how fast it is, it can't beat the speed of the wind. I just don't believe it, you hear me? Vuong Min Kon aimed directly at Tbach, who was sitting in the corner. Whatever, even if I beat you, I'm still winning. He immediately charged at him. Die. But in a blink, little Bach blocked his path. Vuong Min Kon's sharp golden demon step faltered face pale. He got hit by a direct strike from little Bach and fell off the arena, crashing down below the stands. The scoreboard announced, Jiangzhou Martial University, To Bach wins. The crowd went wild. Oh man. Tbach won again. A mid-bronze rank guy just beat the silver-ranked captain of a prestigious school. It was basically a total beatdown. This has to be fake, right? Many people were intrigued by him. Why does Tbach's white tiger feel stronger than that turtle? What's up with this big tiger? Why is it holding back so much? He stood proudly on the stage as the crowd chanted, Tbach, Tbach, Jiang Martial, all the way. The judges were buzzing too. I've never heard of this Tbach before. What year is he at Jiangzhou Martial University? Even the team members from the top two schools, Dedo and Mado Martial Universities, only have this level of skill. They all agreed. Jiangzhou Martial University has a prodigy this year. Jiangzhou Martial is about to rise. This time it's definitely gonna blow up. In Mado Martial's lounge, someone said that Lakha Martial team is seriously weak. They leaned on the window like they were enjoying the show. That country bumpkin brought 2 tamed beasts and ruined our $10,000 buffet party. If we catch him, we won't go easy. Madu Martial's captain, Tao Tu Hien, lounged with arms crossed and legs propped up. He was seriously cocky. If he runs into us top 4 Mado Martial guys, we'll teach him a lesson, beat him to a pulp. 2 other members were just as confident. Yeah, the captain's right. This kind of country bumpkin deserves to be schooled.